suffrage and electoral reforms. Do I hear a motion to dispense with the calling of the roll? The motion first.
Mr. Chairman, motion to dispense the reading of the call.
There being a motion and duly seconded, then we will be dispensing with the calling of the roll on part of the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms.
Thank you, Co-Chair Flores. Before we proceed, let me inform everyone, especially the members, that given that this is our second hearing within 2 days, the minutes of the previous meeting have not yet been finalized. Consequently, we will approve the minutes for both Mondays and today's hearing during the succeeding or upcoming session. COMSEC is directed to acknowledge all the members present in this today's hearing and the resource persons.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We would like to acknowledge and welcome our Vice Chairperson, Jervil R. Luistro, 2nd District, Batangas, the Honorable Romeo M. Acop, 2nd District, Antipolo City, Honorable Arnan C. Panaligan, 1st District, Oriental Mindoro, the Honorable Joseph Lara, 3rd District, Cagayan, Honorable Yasser Alonto Balindong, 2nd District, Lanao del Sur, the Honorable Olga Ara Tico, 2nd District, Masbate, and we would also like to acknowledge Vice Chairperson Jonathan Flores, ex-official member and presiding officer for suffrage, and also we have Representative Francisco Ortega and Representative Ramon Nolasco and the Honorable Reynante Arrogancia. Welcome, Your Honors. From the Provincial Government of Cagayan, we have Vice Governor Melvin K. Vargas, Mr. Heraclio Dumapal, Maritel Bautista, Rosario Mandak, Vita Vergara, Rosel T. Bungkad, Amelia T. Manalo, Maria Anita Obispo, Mila Malyonga, Reynald Ramirez, Perlita Mabasa, and the Provincial Administrator, Attorney Maria Rosario Villaflor Bamba, Attorney Rogelio Taliping. From the Bureau of Treasury, we have Ms. Fe Castillo and Nolito Umayam. From the DBM, we have Mr. Rafael Celino. From the Commission on Elections, we have Attorney Rafael B. Olano, Director Julius Torres, Mr. Tupisto Elnas, and Ms. Ira Abigail Fernando. From the COA, we have Parahabansa Dagalangit, Carl Eric Reyes, Nadia Kamakam, Rita Pablo, and Merlin Casibang. From Bombo Radio to Gigara, we have Ms. Maricris Montilla and Attorney Minihaha Espejo. And from the DSWD Region 2, we have Director Lucia Alan. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, COMSEC. Before we get the explanation of those served with the SOCOS order during Monday's hearing, let the chair read my opening remarks. Good morning, everyone. As you are all aware, we are tasked within the important responsibility of investigating the alleged misuse of public funds by several personalities in the Provincial Government of Cagayan that facilitated the grave offense of influencing the votes of the residents of the said province in the last May 2022 elections. This issue has deeply troubled us all, as it strikes at the very heart of our democratic principles and the trust that the people of Cagayan have placed in their elected officials. Cagayan has recently faced the devastating force of a typhoon, leaving communities struggling to rebuild their lives. It is during these trying times that the genuine growth and real economic development are crucial to uplift the lives of our people and propel Cagayan towards a brighter future. This will have been easier to accomplish if public funds are properly used. As we delve into the details of this investigation, it has become clearer that outdated auditing system and laws in the country have contributed to these evil practices. If the system is indeed broken, this is not hard to imagine that the similar cases are happening in other parts of the country. Our president's call for amending our auditing law during State of the Nation address reflects a resolute commitment to safeguarding the public trust and ensuring the efficient protection of our nation's valuable resources. The present auditing code, while once deemed relevant, has become inadequate in upholding the principles of transparency, accountability, and the prudent management of public funds. Through rigorous inquiry and exhaustive deliberations, both of our committees have meticulously examined the current state of affairs. The findings have been both illuminating and concerning as they reveal to us how inefficiencies in the existing auditing framework have left gaps in safeguarding public funds. The testimonies and evidence provided by the concerned parties have substantiated the urgent necessity for change. For instance, it is alarming to witness the lack of collaboration between the Commission on Audit and the Bureau of Treasury in combating the deficiencies plaguing the rules and regulation governing cash advances. The persisting inefficiency in addressing the hemorrhaging of government resources raises questions about the current system's viability. How many unliquidated cash advances exist within various agencies and local governments? Why is there a shortage of prosecutions for such misuse of funds? The inefficient bonding system has also contributed to the losses that demand urgent resolution. It is imperative that we address these issues promptly to restore public trust and ensure the responsibility and transparent management of the government's resources. The current state of our auditing system is deeply worrisome, as it appears to be afflicted by an alarming sluggishness. This lethargic pace has resulted in a distressing situation where accountable officials and employees who should be held monetarily responsible for their actions have retired or passed away before the audits are even concluded or reached in courts. The repercussions of this delay are significant, as it directly affects the reimbursement of money belonging to the people. Criminal laws designed to combat misappropriation, malversation, graft and corruption, and plunder are in place to ensure that those who violate the public trust are duly prosecuted. However, the inefficiencies in the auditing process have inadvertently contributed to a low number of criminal cases of this nature from reaching the courts. The delayed audits have not only frustrated the expectation of the public, but have also hindered the course of justice. The lack of timely accountability erodes public confidence in our institutions and sends the wrong message to potential wrongdoers. I wholeheartedly embrace the challenge of modernizing our auditing system. I commit to actively engaging in all deliberations and meetings aimed at amending auditing laws. This advocacy has been a driving force for me ever since I uncovered the persisting inefficiencies that PD 1445 fails to address. I implore all members of the two committees to support the President's directive to amend the auditing code. Together with a shared vision of transparency, integrity, and accountability, we shall work towards a stronger and more effective framework that safeguards the proper utilization of funds and thus promoting genuine progress and prosperity for our nation. Let us draw inspiration from the trust reposed in us by the people we serve. The mandate to revise the auditing laws and strengthen the fabric of a nation's financial governance is a solemn duty we cannot afford to ignore. Thank you very much, and good morning once again. Co-chair, do you have something to say? Please proceed.
No, Mr. Chair, I just would like to recognize the members of the committee. Representative Wow Fortes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Co-chair. And in behalf of the Committee on Public Accounts, let me acknowledge our very own Vice Chairperson, Isabel Maria Zamora, representing the Long District of San Juan City. Vice, thank you for coming. And representing PBA Party List, the Honorable Margareta Ignacia B. Nograles. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. Comsec, please acknowledge additional resource person present in today's hearing.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We would also like to acknowledge from the Provincial Government of Cagayan, Helen Donato, Mila Malyonga, Gina Garma. From the KBP, we have Attorney Rudolph Hularbal. From the Land Bank of the Philippines, we have Praxima Lagundi, Joselita Somian, Michael Abmidebar, Attorney Mark Mabel Turla, Francis Bautista, and Gaspar Alan. From the DBM, we have Francis Bautista. And that's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Comsec. Before we proceed with the interpellation of members of this committee, both committees, let me inform everyone that the show cause order to Dr. Cortina, former provincial health officer of the province of Cagayan, was not received. So it means that it has not been served. So Comsec, please follow up and use all means for Dr. Cortina to receive the show cause at the same time to be present at the next hearing. And with regard to the show cause order to Provincial at the Governor Mamba and the Provincial Administrator Maria Rosario Villaflor, with regards to, for them to explain why they should not be cited in contempt with regards to undue interference during the Monday's hearing. They sent us a letter requesting this committee that they will answer the show cause order by August 10. And I think it's just a day from now. We will show Governor Mamba and his provincial administrator that we are lenient about it because they received the show cause order yesterday afternoon. So pagbibigyan po natin sila, and hope the members of this committee will understand and join me. Sabi ko na nga, it's just a day. The difference is just a day. So we're expecting Governor Mamba and his provincial administrator, Maria Rosario Villaflor, to answer this committee, the show cause order by tomorrow.
Mr. Chair, I
Yes,
think the provincial administrator is here.
so thank you for coming. Thank you, Kong Lara. So this way to be recognized. I have not recognized you, provincial admin. Anyway, you have the time. I will give you the time to explain. But of course, if the provincial administrator is present today, till the good governor, Mamba has to answer or reply to the letter being addressed to him, a show cause order to explain why he should not be cited in contempt for undue interference with regard to last Monday's hearing. Now, with regards to the 12 officials of the province of Cagayan, only Ruilio Sinding is not present in today's hearing. So the 11 has all the time. I'll just give you a few minutes to explain why you're absent last Monday's hearing. So it's just Ruilio Sinding who is not present today, and he has not even sent a letter to this committee about the COCOS order that was sent to him last Monday's hearing. So in short, the 11 is present, COMSEC, and the provincial administrator is present. So, provincial administrator, ma'am, Villaflor, you want to explain first why you should not be cited in contempt with regards to undue interference during the Monday's hearing in this committee? Okay. Before you proceed pala, I will just like to remind everyone that the contempt order for the 5 provincial officials, namely Miss Mila Q. Malonga, Miss Jenna Sigarma, Dr. Perlita, Lucia P. Mabasa, Miss Helen M. Donato, and Mr. Rinaldo Arameres was served to them, and they are present today. Just to remind everyone and members of this both committees that the contempt order was for them to be present in today's hearing. We have not moved and ruled about an order to detain. So for the five provincial officials present today, thank you for coming and thank you for heeding to the order of this committee, inciting in contempt. I hope you understand the rules of this committee and this house. Now, please, Provincial Administrator Villaflor, please proceed. You're now recognized.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
can we first swear in the witnesses?
Have you taken your oath during the previous hearing? Thank you.
Your Honor, may I proceed?
Before you proceed, let me acknowledge the presence of ASEC Irene Dumlao from the DSWD. ASEC, thank you for coming. Good morning.
Mr.
Yes,
Chair,
please. Yes.
before we proceed to the provincial administrator, can we please request first all those who are first timers here pertaining to the resource speakers to please first take their oath.
Yeah.
For the first time attendees, Mr. Chair.
COMSEC is directed if ever there is a first time who attends this hearing, please administer the oath. Meron ba?
Are there any first-time attendees? Please stand up and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before this committee, so help you God? The oath has been administered, Your Honor.
Thank you, COMSEC. Thank you to,
Mr. Chair.
yes.
Before we proceed, Mr.
Jojo.
Chair, I'd just like to acknowledge the presence of our members, Robert Ace Barbers for the 2nd District of Surigao, and Representative Jeff Serconghon of the 1st District of Zambales.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Provincial Admin, please proceed. I'll just give you at least 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, and to the members of the joint committees. Good morning po sa ating lahat. Your Honors, with regard to our request, I would like to extend our thanks as well. First, for allowing the governor and myself to submit our written explanations until tomorrow. Part of our request as well, which was transmitted, I think, past 6 last night through email, is also to allow the other members who received, the other officials of the provincial government who received their show cause orders yesterday as well in the afternoon, to allow them as well until tomorrow to submit their written explanations. But I would like to mention, Your Honor, since an explanation is being required from myself, I would like to mention, Your Honor, that following the visit of His Excellency President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos last June 29 in Cagayan, some of us were July 29, sorry, July 29. Some of the department heads who are here today were present during the conference held by the president. And following that, on July 31, Your Honors, we already scheduled, the departments have already scheduled their activities, including the distribution of financial and relief assistance and the finalization of our post-disaster assessment, Your Honor. So we were prioritizing that. So when I was informed of the invitation from the honorable committees on, I think that was Friday last week, we immediately prepared a request. It missed my, I forgot, Your Honors, that the House only has 4-day work week. I used to be employed in the House several years ago, Your Honor, so it was my responsibility to know that. Unfortunately, given the directive of the governor and the urgency with which we understood the directive of His Excellency, we prioritize the activities of the departments, and hoping that the committee would consider, and we could consider the needs of the victims affected by the typhoon. Part of what we intend to submit, Your Honor, tomorrow are all the documentation that we have relative the prior schedule and the distribution. In fact, Your Honors, 2 scheduled distribution for financial assistance have been put on hold so that we can have the members, that some of the department heads appear and the disbursing officers appear in today's hearing. So we respectfully request the compassion and consideration of the honorable members, Your Honors.
Provincial Admin, just to make it clear that the show cause order that was ordered to you and Governor Mamba is a separate matter. Hindi pareho dun sa 12. Kasi yung sa inyo, undue interference. Yung sa kanila, yung absence during the Monday hearing. So, hindi pwedeng ilump mo yan. Diba? Tama? Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, second, the invitation that was sent to the provincial officials, individual, ma'am, and individual invitation to be answered individually. You cannot represent or on behalf of all those provincial officials kasi magkaiba yung mga circumstances. That's number 2. Malinaw po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Number 3, question of designating those officials, those 12. And in fact, is Minding also part of the distribution of goods? Pag pinag-usapan natin yung goods, is really Sinding also part of the team?
Not necessarily, Your Honor.
Oh, yun ang problema. Anyway, sinasabi ko lang, ma'am, kahit yung DSWD nyo, pwede naman ma-delegate yan eh. Now, with that, since you mentioned about all of those reasons for the 12, please submit to this committee the individual responsibility at the same time. Sabi mo kasi yung iba dito, dating SDO na, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
In which, sa case na pinag-usapan natin ngayon, now submit to this committee all those SDUs involved in the previous, in the matter which we, part of the investigation, and their participation in the post-typhoon activity.
Yes, Your Honor. We will, Your Honor, we will include that in our explanation, Your Honor.
Thank you, but you should, again, you should not represent.
Separate
That's a separate.
explanations. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any reaction from the members with regards to the explanation made by the provincial administrator? Be the floor. Yes, Kong Lara.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Good morning po sa ating lahat, honorable members of this joint committee, resource persons and guests. Mr. Chair, of course, can I ask permission just to show and be allowed to play some videos just to apprise and for the appreciation of the members of this committee, the Joint Committee of Public Accounts and Suffrage Electoral Reform. Some
Is-
videos only.
Before we proceed, is it related to the issue at hand with regards to the show cause order for Mamba and the provincial administrator?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, will the committee permit? How long is that presentation video?
Less than 5 minutes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, please proceed. Doon sa 12, hindi pa tayo tapos ha. Tapos yung kay Sinding, mabuti naman nandito na yung mga members ng both committees kasi kailangan natin mag-rule doon sa continuous absence of that Royal Sinding. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Sabi nila, 700 plus thousand na tayo, 700 plus thousand na ang batante. So, kung tig-1,000 yun, 700 million din po yun. 1,000, 1,000 million po. 10,000 yan, 10 million na. So, tig-1,000 lang. So, kung lang pa yung sinasabi nila. Yung Congressional Inquiry ka, hinihintay ko eh. Mr. Lara, yung Congressional Inquiry, dalhin mo ako sa Congress. Para pag-usapan natin about buying ng Cagayan.
Libre lahat yan. Ang dami ring mabibili. Mabibili mo ang desisyon ng Korte, ang desisyon ng COMELEC, ang desisyon ng kahit ano dito, kaya mabilin.
Please, palakasin yung video
That
lang,
is
yung
why
sound niya. Pakiulit
Those
yung
who
unang.
benefit from all
This
of
was,
these
Mr. Chair, this was just taken nung Monday lang. Nung kasagsagan po, nung mag-start tayo ng hearing, yan po ang mga statements ni Governor Mamba. The previous two videos were the challenge being given by Mr. Mamba to us or for us to investigate him. And it's very unfortunate na hindi po siya nagpa-participate dito. And of course, there's an open admission, no, narinig naman natin sa video, na kulang pa nga yung pinakalat niya. So ito po, para lang po maliwanagan, last Monday, when we are deliberating or hearing these cases or etong mga issues, no, against the governor, ito po ang mga pinagsasabi niya last Monday, Mr. Chair. Yung flag raising nila, yung flag raising.
Libre lahat yan. Ang dami ring mabibili. Mabibili mo ang desisyon ng Korte, ang desisyon ng COMELEC, ang desisyon ng kahit ano dito, kaya magbilin. If you have the money. That is why those who benefit from all of these things are those in power, especially those elected officials. And they're, of course, their minions in the bureaucracy. Look at us. Pinapatawag tayo lahat doon sa Kongreso. Ako raw ang bumili ng boto. Ako raw ang bumili ng boto. Alam nyo yan. Kayo nag-distribute ng pera. Kayo ang tumulong sa mga tao when they needed it most. Alam nyo yan, kung may nawala o hindi. Alam nyo kung nakialam ako sa pagdidistribute nyo. Alam nyo kung meron akong pinapirma dyan na hindi tao. Dahil kayo nandun sa groundings. Ang pakiusap ko lang, huwag iboto mga kandidatong bumibili ng boto. Because I try to solve problems not only for myself, but for this nation. I cannot say this in the halls of Congress. You know why? Nobody will believe me. Everybody will hate me because all of them there, or mostly all of them, are vote buyers. They maintain themselves in power because of money.
Last, yes, yes. Ito po, pagkatapos yan, nagsumba pa siya. Pagkatapos niya magsalita dyan, Mr. Chair.
Ewan ko kung makapagsumba pa tayo. Pagod na
Yung
pagod na ako.
urgency po ng pangangailangan ng Cagayano, ito po, yung urgency po.
Ewan ko kung makapagsumba pa tayo. Pagod na ako. Next time na yung Zumba, wag mo na ngayon. Ilang minutes ba yung Zumba? 5 minutes. Gawin mo 3 minutes lang Zumba, okay? Kasi ikot na tayo.
Are you done? Kong Lara?
Yes, Mr. Chair. With these videos, Mr. Chair, no, nakikita naman natin yung attack di Bamba. Of course, it's very clear here yung during the deliberation of all the issues raised here in the committee, it was clearly stated here, no less than by the COMELEC, no, and of course the COA who are here up to now, na may paglabag doon sa last election, and it was proven and it was stated by Director Torres, no, director ito during the time na election, no, na ang government funds walang kategory kung government o galing sa bulsa ang pagpakalat ay parehong vote buying yan. So it was very clearly stated, Mr. Chair. Ngayon, ito na yung sinabi niya na naman na lahat mababayaran. Ang tanong ko na lang, Mr. Chair, sa COMELEC, sino kaya nakikinabang sa ano ng COMELEC ngayon, no? Having Mamba said na nababayaran, ang tagal ng decision ng COMELEC and all the cases filed against him. So that's all, Mr. Chair, before we will vote on yung contempt po na move last hearing. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Kong Lara. The question with regards to that is addressed to the COMELEC will be discussed later with the indulgence of Kong Lara. Anyway, before we proceed, let me acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Cristiano Navia, representing the 1st District of Misamis Oriental. Boss, good morning. Thank you for coming. And of course, the Honorable Bibialin Vargas Alfonso, 2nd District of Cagayan.
Mr.
Mamalin,
Chair.
thank you for coming.
On the part of the Committee of Suffrage also, Mr. Chair, we would like to recognize the presence of Representative Rodolfo Ordanes of Party List Senior Citizens and Representative Marvin Rillo of the 4th District of Quezon City. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Now, before we get the explanation and reply of the 11 ordered show cause by this committee last Monday, let the chair, we should rule first on the continuous defiance and absence of Rogelio Sinding. Yung nakita nyo kanina sa video, yung anchor doon sa programa sa Bombo Radio is Rogelio Sinding, the attack dog of the governor of Cagayan. Now,
Mr. Chairman,
yes, Chairman Barbers.
may I ask the chair to please repeat the adjective that you just mentioned? Who is the person?
Rogelio Sinding,
And he is?
the attack dog of the governor.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you. Pinareiterate mo lang. Anyway, now we should the committee should rule on the continuous. Hindi nga. So we should rule on the continuous absence and defiance of Mr. Lisending. And since we have both committees has established a quorum, by a motion in regards to the status or the continuous absences of Lisending.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Chairman Akop.
before the chair would rule on the motion, may this representation know whether invitations to this mentioned individual has been issued by the two committees?
Yes, Chairman Akop.
And the proof of receipt has been submitted insofar as these invitations are concerned?
Mr. Chair, Chairman Akop, since the provincial administrator has acknowledged and will in fact represents D12, and that includes Relio Sinding. So in short, the provincial government together with the D12 has received. That's why yung 11 nandito, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Akop.
Then, may I ask the provincial administrator whether she has served the invitation to Mr. Shindig? Before you answer that question, Madam, is Mr. Shindig an employee of the Provincial Government of Cagayan?
Provincial admin, please.
Good morning. Yes, Your Honor, he is an employee of the province of Cagayan. However, I did not personally serve. I was only notified of the receipt by the office through email. I was not in Cagayan yesterday, so I was just called up yesterday afternoon, informing me of the directive of the governor to assist our employees, our officials, in coming here today. And I was also notified of the content of the orders, Your Honor.
Yung email ba na binabanggit nyo, Madam, official email? Ni
Yes.
Mr. Shindig?
The show
Yes or
cause-
no?
Not Mr. Sending, Your Honor.
What do you
It's
mean,
the-
not Mr.
It
Shindig?
is the official email of the provincial administrator's office, Your Honor.
And therefore, the provincial administrator did not inform officially Mr. Shindig of the invitation.
Not myself personally, Your Honor.
When you say not yourself, sino kaya?
It is my office staff, Your Honor.
And would you guarantee that your office staff relayed the invitation to the official email address of Mr. Shindig?
I cannot guarantee that, Your Honor. Only those that are present today.
Can you ask your staff who did that, whether she did it or not?
I can do that, Your Honor.
Please do it. Kasi very crucial ito eh. Mr. Chair,
Yes, Chairman
while
Akop.
the provincial administrator is calling or verifying the answer to my query, may I request for a minute of suspension?
Hearing is suspended for a few minutes.
May vote, vote with the majority.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Vote ako.
Hearing is assumed. Provincial Admin, please answer the query of the Honorable Chairman Akop.
Your Honor, according to my staff, they were not able to personally serve the show cause order to Mr. Rogelio Sending, Your Honor. They actually brought all the show cause orders to the provincial legal office, Your Honor.
Provincial Administrator, you wrote a letter, sorry. Asking for an extension of time to file an explanation, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in that letter, you included Rogelio Sending
Yes, Your Honor.
as one of those who's asking for an extension of time.
Yes, Your Honor.
So how come that you're asking for an extension of time when now that you're claiming that he was not informed?
Your Honor, since all of the show cause orders were sent to the official email of the provincial administrator, Your Honor, and that was yesterday. I asked immediately, Your Honor, because I was concerned of the time, the deadline that was indicated in the order. So I was concerned, Your Honor. So I took immediate action and asked to prepare a request to give us sufficient time or until tomorrow to submit the
Let me cut
written
you short.
explanation.
So you are not asked by these people to ask for an extension. You took it upon yourself to ask for an extension for all these people mentioned.
I brought it to the attention of the PLO, Your Honor, so that because I was not in Cagayan, Your Honor. So I brought it to the attention of the PLO.
What's the PLO?
Attorney June Taliping, Your Honor, to call all of the persons who have been issued show cause orders and inform them, Your Honor. However, during the meeting, I was informed that Mr. Sending was not able to attend that meeting, Your Honor.
So if he was not able to attend that meeting, why did you include him in the names of people that you want an extension for?
As a precaution, Your Honor.
So you're presuming something that you were not aware of, that you were not being authorized to do so?
Mr. Sending actually communicated with me that he was informed that he had a show cause order.
Oh, so
but
then,
as to
you're contradicting yourself, Administrator. You just said earlier that he was not informed, and now you're saying that he called you to ask for this extension.
may I clarify, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
I was particular, Your Honor, that I have no personal knowledge whether it was personally served to Mr. Rogi Sending. The only basis that I know, and according to my staff, they did not personally serve the show cause order according to the question of the honorable member, Congressman Akop. And my only basis for including Mr. Sending in the request letter, Your Honor, is that Mr. Rogi Sending late yesterday afternoon informed me that he told me that he said, "Ma'am, meron daw po kaming show cause order, that's it."
Then I'll throw back the question to you. Was Mr. Sending informed of the show cause order?
I can only respond, Your Honor, that he is aware of the show cause order. As
And
to
that's it.
whether he
That's it.
was
Thank you. Thank
duly personally informed, I cannot, I have no personal knowledge, Your Honor.
Thank you, Admin.
Mr.
Chairman Akop,
Chair, I
please
think I
proceed.
still have the floor.
Yes, please proceed.
What was the answer to my question?
That my staff did not personally serve the show cause order to Mr. Sending, Your Honor.
As part of your duties and jurisdiction as the provincial administrator, was it not your duty to inform the officials concerned of the show cause order? Was it not your duty?
It was, Your Honor.
It was. And therefore,
It is. Sir.
you are implicitly admitting that you did not do your job. Tama po? Tanungin mo,
May I-
sagutin mo yung tanong ko, yes or no?
I did not personally execute
Hindi
the
nga, ang tanong
information,
ko,
Your Honor.
sagutin mo ng yes or no. With your statement,
No, Your Honor.
you did not do your job.
I meant The question was negative, so no, I would like to respond that I perform my job, Your Honor.
Ah,
Because
I
I
will
asked,
repeat my question. As the provincial administrator, are you not supposed to inform all those people concerned employed in the provincial government of Cagayan of any show cause order? Is it not part of your job, madam?
it is, Your Honor.
It is. And you did not do it, right?
I did it, Your Honor.
Oh,
Through
are you
the,
admitting that you informed Mr. Cindy of the show cause order?
Your Honor, it was,
Yes or
Ha-
no? Huwag kang mag-explain kasi. Sagutin mo
did
muna
not-
or yes or no.
I did not personally inform Mr. Sending, Your Honor. It was Mr. Sending who asked me, Your Honor.
Hindi nga eh. We're talking of the performance of your duties. Iha. You're avoiding the issue eh. Otherwise, I will move to cite you in contempt for not answering properly.
The way I understood the question, Your
It's
Honor.
not the way you understand. It's the way you answer it. My question calls for an answer, yes or no. You're not answering yes or
I-
no.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's repeat. Otherwise, kung mali na naman ang sagot mo, I'll move to cite you in contempt. Ganito po yun. Ang tanong ko po ay kung kasama sa trabaho mo na i-inform yung mga employees ng Provincial Government of Cagayan kung meron silang show cause order or not, coming from the committees of this House. Is that part of your job?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, did you inform Mr. Sinding of the show cause order? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. So it is on record, Mr. Chair, or the two chairs, that the provincial administrator of Cagayan did her job to inform Mr. Sinding of the show cause order, and therefore Mr. Sinding has been officially informed of such show cause order. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chairman Ako.
Mr.
Anyway,
Chair.
before we proceed with the matter at hand, let me acknowledge the presence of the good congressman from the 4th District of Nueva Ecija, the Honorable Emerson D. Pascual. Sir, thank you for coming. Yes,
Interject lang, konti, Mr. Chair. Narinig naman natin yung flimsy excuse ng PA, Mr. Chair. Ito lang, gusto ko lang iparating sa committee na ito na kung hindi nila dinedelay itong deliberation natin, Mr. Chair, from day one, tapos na sana tayo ng deliberation dito. No? Ang kinakabahan lang ako na considering ito yung mga pinagsasabi nila ito, baka balik rin tayo na tayo nagdi-dribble dito sa natin, sa hearing natin. So that's all, Mr. Chair. Kaya ako lang, caution lang tayo dito. No, thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
the manifestation of the Congressman Lara is duly noted. Now, let's proceed with the supposedly the ruling for in the case of Roel Sinding. Yes, Chairman Ako.
May we ask for a repetition of the motion?
No, there's no, not yet a motion. I'm asking for the motion with regards to the case of Roel Sinding for continuously defying the orders of this committee.
May I move, Mr. Chair, that he be cited in contempt?
There's a motion to cite Mr. Roel Sinding in contempt. Duly seconded. Any objections? The chair sees none. On the part of the Committee on Public Accounts, the motion is approved. Co-chair.
Mr. Chair, can I also make a follow-up motion?
We will rule first in the first motion, then we will entertain the second motion if there's any. Please proceed, Co-chair.
On the part of the Committee on Suffrage, there being no objections, Mr. Chair, the same is approved.
I move Mr. Sinding to be cited in contempt.
Any second?
Second.
There being a motion to cite sending in contempt, and there being it being duly seconded, there being no objections on the part of the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, then the motion is approved.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Just for the record purposes, I will just count all the members of the Committee on Public Accounts, the same as with the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reform, the actual numbers of members present in today's hearing. So officially, there are 11 members of the Committee on Public Accounts, and we need only at least 7 to have a quorum.
On the part of the Committee on Suffrage, there being 9 members present, and we only need 7 for the vote.
The order of contempt is already approved. So instruct the COMSEC to inform the section for the contempt order. I need another motion. Do I need a motion for the detained order? Yes, Congressman Lara.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Considering that Roger and Deng was cited in contempt, if I may cite the rules of procedure governing queries in aid of legislation, contempt of the committee shall be deemed contempt of the House. The person cited in this section, upon order of the committee, be detained in such place as the chairperson, acting chairperson may designate. And with this, Mr. Chair, may I move that because of this contempt order for Roger Sending, I move for his arrest and detention, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion to detain, no arrest, detain. Just to correct the motion, there's a motion to detain Roy Sinding based on the contempt order from this committee, duly seconded. Any objections? The chair says none, the motion is carried.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Chairman Ako.
may I make a manifestation?
Please, it is related to the
Yes.
issue. Please proceed, Chairman Ako.
Mr. Chair, this
With the
representation,
indulgence of the Chairman Ako, the co-chair has something to move and rule pa. Please proceed, co-chair.
On the part of Committee of Suffrage, I move for the detention of Mr. Cindy.
Any second?
Second the motion.
On the part of the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, it being moved and seconded. Any objection? There being none, then the motion is approved.
Before I give the floor to Chairman Akop, with this motion of contempt and order to detain through the COMSEC, the Sergeant at Arms is directed to effect the ruling of this committee. Chairman Akop, please proceed.
thank you, Mr. Chair. This representation ay nag-propose na ma-cite in contempt yung isang resource person natin. And also did not object doon po sa motion na dapat siya ay arestuin at ikulong dito. If we are not going to do this, tayo na mismo na membro ng Kongreso ay pinapahina natin yung ating mga protocols at sa mga proseso dito. At kung hindi natin gagawin yun, yung mga iniimbita natin dito ay babaliwalain tayo. So, I think it is proper, the two chairmen, that we strengthen our processes here in Congress so that these things will not be taken for granted. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The manifestation of Chairman Akop is duly noted. Thank you for that, Chairman Akop. Now, let's proceed with the explanation of all those 11 present with regards to Soko's order that was issued to them last Monday. I will just give you 3 minutes Ano yung pangalan?
Miss Vita Vergara. Is she present? Ano, she's explain.
Vita Vergara, please call a chair.
Mr. Chairman, before
Yes,
we ask them,
Chairman
just a very short,
Barbers.
it's just an inquiry, Mr. Chair. We asked the 11 personalities to relay to us their reason why they were absent and why they cannot be cited for contempt. Is the committee now bound to decide whether the excuse that they will relay to us is valid or not?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
Good morning, Chairman, and to the members of the Joint Committee, and to everyone who are present today. Mr. Chairman, with your kind indulgence and members, can we request for an explanation to be submitted tomorrow?
May we know why you need to have an explanation tomorrow when you're physically present now?
Are we required to submit a written explanation, Your Honor?
Your presence here is sufficient, and I'm sure you could explain your absence in the previous meeting.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Well, the Office of the Provincial Treasurer was already given schedules for the distribution. So most of the staff are our disbursing officers, Your Honor. So we've been distributing our PPA since July, last week of July up to this week of August, Your Honor.
Can you state for the record your position in the provincial government?
I'm Vita D. Vergara, the local treasury operations officer of the office, Your Honor.
And you are personally involved in the distribution of whatever it is that you were distributing?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, I attended a distribution last is it July? The last week in in Piak, Your Honor.
Okay, now the show cause order directs you to explain why you were unable to attend the committee hearing last August 7. Where were you on August 7?
I was in the office, Your Honor,
What were you doing on August 7?
as the second signatory of the office of my provincial treasurer. I was also tasked to process all the necessary supporting documents and as support to the ongoing disaster disaster assessment and the ongoing distribution of the scheduled distribution of the office, Your Honor.
Before I recognize Congresswoman Nograles, so you weren't personally distributing the cash?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were? On August 7?
No, Your Honor, not on that exact date.
And that was the date that you were invited here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Representative Nograles?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a few clarificatory questions in line with your questioning para mag-guide po ang pagsagot, no?
Go ahead po.
Sabi po niya, admittedly secondary naman po siya. So ibig sabihin, kung may first, it's only if the first is not present. Second question, kailan po ba niya nakuha yung notice for her to attend the hearing last Monday, August 7? Yun lang po to clarify po in line with your questioning, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Vergara, can you answer?
The invitation, I'm sorry, Your Honor, kindly repeat the question, Your
And
Honor.
I will ask Representative Nograles to please repeat her question.
Ma'am,
Sige
sorry.
po, ma'am, tatagalog ko po ba?
It's fine po. Okay lang po.
English or Tagalog para mas maintindihan niyo po ano pong
Tagalog
Ay,
po,
hindi po
ma'am.
ako marunong. Bisaya po ako. Mas hindi po tayo magkakaintindihan. So, yung una po, sabi niyo po, admittedly, Mr. Chair, na secondary siya sa pag-sign po, right? So, kung secondary po siya, yung first in line or whoever, yung primary, ay wala po ba doon na kailangan po na nandun kayo, physically present? And yung second po is, Mr. Chair, kailan po ba na-receive ang notice for the invitation to attend the hearing last Monday, August 7, Mr. Chair?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, if I cannot give you the exact date, but I was able to receive that notice last, I think.
So you were duly notified. That's the point of Representative Nograles.
Yes, Your Honor.
And there were other people in your office who could have signed it for you if you came and appeared here, correct?
Since my first is here also, Your Honor.
Your?
My provincial treasurer is also here, Honor. So the
There
first
are
and
no
the
other
second
persons?
signatories are present today, Your Honor.
Ms. Vergara, there are no other persons who could sign in the absence of you and the treasurer?
No more, Your Honor.
No more. So both of you were invited.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, yung sagot po ata ni ma'am is right now they are both here.
Hmm.
But her excuse is that both of them were in Cagayan during that time, which is the reason, which he's saying, for their non-appearance.
So you're saying that at least one of them could have made it here and
Yes.
one remained to sign the
Yes, Mr.
documents.
Chair.
Now, would
So,
that be
pa-clarify
fair?
po natin,
Would that be
Mr.
a fair statement, Ms. Vergara?
Okay, sir, let me just give a little clarification. Before last week of July or first week of August, we had our distribution. So it was the provincial treasurer who cashed advance for that certain financial assistance to be distributed. So for us to give them also ample time for the disbursing officer to do their liquidations, you see, Your Honors, we also give them time to liquidate before in preparation for another cash advance for the disbursing officers, since most of us are already have that cash advances. So we see to it that the preparation of the said liquidation or the papers of the accountable officers are given enough time. And also, Your Honors, I usually sign also even if the first or my provincial treasurer is also present. Considering also the voluminous papers of the office for our everyday transactions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Congressman Migs, please proceed.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, she is not being responsive to our question. She is explaining since July 31 with all these voluminous records whatsoever. Ano nga po ang dahilan nung araw na yon na pinapunta po natin dito kung bakit hindi sila makapunta dito? Hindi natin kailangan alamin kung ano yung mga kailangan nilang gawin from days before that. Because she already admitted she received our notice for her and the others to appear. Ang ating binigay na show cause order for the explanation is to explain why you were not present. So she is not being responsive. She's giving a lot of reasons, but she is not being responsive to our questions, which is disrespectful to this committee.
Ms. Vergara, please answer directly the query of the Congresswoman Migs Nograles. Ganito na lang para mabilis. Are you ordered not to be present during the Monday's hearing?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, so that is your decision not to attend the hearing last Monday? You're not ordered? You're not ordered. Please answer yes or no. Oh,
We
your
were not
other
granted permission to attend, Your Honor.
You're not granted permission to attend. By whom? By whom? Ms. Vergara, please answer my question. From whom?
Um, from our dear governor.
Siguro, Mr. Chair,
From the governor.
to clarify lang, sino under their structure, no, the provincial government, who grants nga? Sino ba talaga ang may power to grant? It's so to clarify, Mr. Chair, it is the governor that has to grant leaves under their mandate or under their rules.
Provincial admin, since you are the most senior official of Cagayan present today, please answer the query of Congresswoman Mix Nograles.
Thank
Please
you.
proceed.
Thank you, Your Honors. Based on our procedures, Your Honor, it is the governor who grants travel authority or travel orders outside of the province of Cagayan. At the time, Your Honor, the reason why we sent the
Admin, I will just cut you short. My question only, who ordered not for Ms. Vergara to be present last Monday's hearing? And she answers, it's the governor. Tama po, siya yung magbibigay ng authority to travel.
the authority was not issued, Your Honor.
Tama. Okay. So it is established, Congressman Mix, that it's the governor.
Just follow up,
Yes,
Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
So if you were given the authority by the governor to travel and to appear before this committee, you would have appeared. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the payout would have proceeded if you were given the authority to proceed here.
No, Your Honor.
No, it would not.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, again, so what was the reason for your non-appearance? Was it because of the absence of a travel authority, or was it because of your duties on that day?
Because of the call of my duties, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
Mr. Chair.
Chairman ako.
we're discussing the reasons why they were not able to comply with our show cause order. Tama po ba?
Correct.
Yes. And if we find that their explanations are not acceptable to these two committees, then we can also cite them in contempt. Would that be true, Mr. Chair?
Correct.
Iha, pinaalalahanan na lang kita, ha? Kasi yung sagot mo, kung minsan nagbabanggaan eh. Kanina sinabi mo, kaya hindi ka makarating dahil may order si Governor. Tapos tinanong ka ni Chairman Flores, ano ang dahilan bakit hindi ka makarating dahil sa pagpe-perform mo ng trabaho. Di po ba?
Can I make a clarification, Your Honor?
Please answer.
I was not
Ms. Vergara, please answer directly the query of Chairman Akop. As of now, we don't need the explanation. Just answer the query of Chairman Akop.
Yes, Your Honor.
At sinabi mo rin na hindi mangyayari yung distribution kung wala po kayo. Sinabi mo po ba yun? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Pero ang katotohanan, Madam, na-distribute nyo nga yung 168 million na wala ka eh. Pursuant to the statements of the previous resource person. Sige nga. How would you reconcile that, Madam?
Mr. Chair, can we, is the provincial administrator coaching the Ms. Vergara?
No, Your Honor.
Are you providing answers for her, provincial administrator? Can you just give her time to answer the questions of Chairman Akop without?
I am not, Your Honor. I apologize if it seems that I am.
It
but
actually
I-
appears that way, the provincial administrator. So please, just let her answer the questions of Chairman Ako, please.
Mr. Chair,
yes, Your
can I request that the resource person be seated on a different chair? I will offer my chair here so that she will be given an independence to answer the questions of this committee, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Vergara, can you move to a different position? Thank you.
Please proceed. Chairman Ako, please reiterate your query.
Maubusan ka ng laway dito, Mr. Chair. Kahapon pa tayo magkasama sa investigasyon din. Wala nung Lunes. Iha, ang sabi mo kanina, hindi mangyayari yung distribution kung wala po kayo personally. Sinabi po nyo yun, di po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Pakipaliwanag dito po sa mga membro ng dalawang komite na ito kung bakit na-distribute nyo yung 168 million na pandemic relief ng iba't ibang tao. Sige nga po. Kasi kami rin naman nakakita kami ng pagdi-distribute ng relief. We have seen relief operations. Ikaw naman pwede namang wala dun di po ba? What do you think?
Ms. Vergara, please answer the question of Congressman Ako.
Your Honors, since the ongoing distribution is already scheduled, my first is also a cash disbursing officer, so I cannot also join the distribution at the same time to make to sign documents that are also needed in the office, Your Honor.
O tingnan na po natin yung dokumento. Galing din ako sa opisina ng gobyerno Kung ikaw ang boss, you're the provincial treasurer, right?
No, Your Honor, I'm here second.
Second. Marami kung mga vouchers o papeles ay dumarating sa isang opisina. Hindi naman po kayo ang unang titingin dun sa mga documents na yun di po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, at may proseso na susundin. Tama rin po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, bago dumating sa iyo at pagkatapos sa iyo pupunta dun sa boss mo. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I know, ano po ba yung mga importanteng dokumento nung araw na yun na kailangan mong pirmahan?
Part of
Na
which,
dahilan kung bakit hindi ka makapunta o mapagbigyan yung imbitasyon ng dalawang komite na ito.
Ms. Vergara, please answer the question of Chairman Ako.
the scheduled distribution is ongoing, Your Honor, and the liquidation of papers is still going on, Your Honor. So,
Ms. Vergara, just to remind you, you're not answering the query of the Chairman Ako directly.
Same observation here, Mr. Chair. It was a simple question.
Iha,
Yes, Your Honor.
yung decision namin na susunod, whether to cite you in contempt or not, it depende po sa explanation ninyo. Siguro mas maganda kung sabihin nyo na yung katotohanan. Yun po yung akin. Sa tagal ko pong sa trabahong ito, maski nung nasa gobyerno ako, may halatang iniiwasan ninyo po para sa akin lang. Kaya sagutin po ninyo dahil yung susunod, baka hindi nyo magugustuhan yung action ng mga membro ng committee na ito.
Your Honor, I was not given a travel authority. That's why I was not able to attend.
did you request for a travel authority to attend this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you prove that?
We had a meeting last,
Can you prove that? Yes or no?
I called one of the staff of
Hindi, yes or no? Sagutin mo muna.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you prove that? Now, please prove it.
We were informed of an email received for the show cause today, Your Honor.
No, we're
I-
talking about last Monday. Last Monday hearing that you were absent. Not
I-
today, not today. Yung Monday muna. Kasi yun yung the show cause order emanates from the last year absence from the last Monday hearing. So, ang tinatanong ni Congressman Akop, kung nag-request ka ba? And how did you request the TA?
Yes, Your Honor, since most of us are disbursing officers and including our supervisor, we requested, we also talk with our supervisors, asking how would we go about it, Your Honor?
So let me be clear. Sorry, Chair. You wanted to come here, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you could have come here despite the work that you had, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you did not come here because you were not given a travel authority, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's it, Mr. Chair.
Chairman Akop, please proceed. After, with the indulgence of Chairman Akop, let me recognize Congressman Kungun, the son of my good friend. Please proceed, Jeff.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Usually po, Mr. Chair, ang mga nasa Treasury Department, nagre-request ng travel authority yan, dumadaan sa administrator. Tatanong ko lang po yung administrator natin. Nanghingi po ba ng travel authority sa inyo yung assistant treasurer ng probinsya?
Not specifically Ms. Vergara, Your Honor. It was through their head, the provincial treasurer. They informed us of the invitation.
So, nag-request po ng travel authority yung treasurer's office para umattend sa meeting o sa hearing na to.
They requested for advice, Your Honor. Whether or
What is
not,
the nature of the advice na hinihingi nila? Kung
given the scheduled activities, the circumstance behind that, Your Honor, is given the
Mr.
schedule.
Chair, point of order. The resource person is not appropriately answering the question of the Honorable Congressman.
Again, Provincial Administrator, please answer directly the query of Congressman
The
Kungun.
nature of the advice, Your Honor, was that the administrator would communicate with the House, with the committees, to request for them to be excused from the scheduled hearings because the governor prioritized the distribution activities, Your Honor. That is the basis for the non-issuance of the travel order, Your Honor.
Congressman Kungun, are you done or you have to follow up your?
so, did you advise the committee?
We sent the communication letter, Your Honor, last Friday. However, as I mentioned earlier, I forgot that the House practices the 4-day work week. So we tried to get a confirmation or acknowledgement from the committee of receipt of the communication letter, Your Honor. However, it was late already. That was already last Monday.
Congressman Kungun, are you done? Before I recognize Congressman Migs Nograles, admin, hindi dito pinag-usapan yung Friday o Monday nyo na sinagot o Wednesday today, late yung. Ang issue ngayon is all about the travel authority that should be given to those invited dito sa hearing. Sabihin dito kung natanggap niyo Friday, nagkamali ka because you're a former employee of the Congress. Ako sabihin dito is did you give authority for those invited to attend last Monday hearing? Yun yung issue.
Yes, Your Honor. I
did
would
you?
like to repeat that the
Did you?
travel authority was not
Was
issued.
not issued. Okay. Thank you. So malinaw na. Now, before I will give the floor to Congresswoman Migs, again, I will just ask Ms. Vergara, kung ikaw lang po ang bibigyan ng panahon, gusto mo bang dumalo ng Monday?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. Please proceed.
Just
Congresswoman
to
Migs.
clarify lang po yung sagot po, no, in line with the questioning of the Honorable Kong Hoon. So, sabi po niya may advice po na binigay. 'Di ba po? Nasasabihin po sa atin sa committee na they cannot appear. And she said, if I heard it correctly, it was based on that advice that they were not issued a travel authority. So yun yung rason kung bakit hindi sila na-issue ng travel authority, because they were given an advice to just inform the committee. So ano ang basis ng hindi pag-grant talaga ng travel authority or not giving a travel authority? Just a mere advice to inform the committee? What is the basis of this? To clarify lang po, Mr. Chair.
Provincial Admin, please answer the query of Congresswoman Migs Nogurales.
As mentioned, Your Honor, the reason for the non-issuance of the travel order or travel authority, ma'am, is because of the scheduled activities, which is the distribution of the relief. In the letter that we sent, the departments already had scheduled distribution for relief and financial assistance for the next, I believe that was for the next 2-3 weeks. So upon the order of the governor, the directive of the governor, we had to prioritize the distribution. So the schedules, as mentioned, will be attached to the written explanation as ordered by the committees, Your Honors.
To short follow-up lang po.
Yes. please proceed.
Based on the answer, Mr. Chair. So because there are schedules that are prioritized, and kung nandito po sila nung Monday and she already said that she was willing naman po to show up, hindi po ba matutuloy itong nakaschedule with other staff members or could have been delegated? Which is the main purpose naman po of why they couldn't appear.
Ms.
Mr.
Vergara,
Chair.
please answer the query of Congressman Migs. Ang tanong po, kung wala kayo doon nung Monday, dahil nandito kayo, hindi daw matutuloy yung pamimigay doon ng financial assistance. Please answer the query.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is yes? Hindi matutuloy pag wala kayo doon last Monday? O kahit wala kayo doon matutuloy? Saan yun? Matutuloy o hindi matutuloy kung wala kayo doon?
Matutuloy din, Honor.
Matutuloy din.
Last question na lang po, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
Ngayon po ba, meron po silang travel authority to attend today's hearing?
Yes, Honor, we were granted.
Nabigyan po tayo ng copy? Or mabibigyan po ba tayo ng copy?
Do you have a travel authority today?
Signed.
I didn't bring with me,
Document.
Your Honor, but we were granted yesterday.
You were granted yesterday.
Yes, Your Honor.
Written po to or verbal po? Mr.
Written
Chair.
po, Your Honor.
Written. So please submit that travel authority for today's hearing.
Mr. Chair, who signed po the travel?
Who signed? Daw.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who signed? Sinong pumirma po? Yes. Who signed?
Your Honor, I haven't seen yet the authority, the travel authority order, but then we called up the office of the provincial administrator for the preparation of such. So we were informed by the secretary that it was prepared.
So,
Wait, sorry,
so,
Mr. Chair, to clarify.
yes,
Your-
please proceed.
Hindi nila alam or walang nag-sign?
Hindi niyo nakita.
We were informed that our travel order was signed.
Signed by whom?
We need to know who signed today's travel order, Mr. Chair.
Signed by whom?
Our provincial administrator.
Okay. Pwedeng may follow-up po ako, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please proceed.
Kung pwede naman po yung provincial administrator ang mag-sign po ng travel authority, bakit po hindi ginawa at binigay yon? Kung gusto naman po pala magpakita nung Monday at pwede mag-proceed ang payout nung Monday at hindi na lang si si admin, no? Ang nag-sign ng travel authority po, Mr. Chair.
Provincial admin. So, you have the authority to issue a travel authority for employees.
For local travel only, Your Honor.
But yung,
For-
ang
for-
tanong ko, may authority ka ba? Mayroon.
Not for outside of Cagayan, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's only the governor.
Which you just said
The-
that the travel authority that they're using now was signed by you.
They transmit the request for travel authority.
I just
to-
answer it. Did you sign a travel authority for them now?
No,
No.
I have no authority to sign a
Oh,
travel authority
So the
outside.
conflicting answers. Now, maybe just remind our resource persons. No, can you please stop giving contradictory answers? No, kanina sinasabi nyo,
Pag
the
local.
payout would not have gone through if I was not present. Now you're saying that it could have gone through even without my presence. Now you're saying that the travel authority was issued by the provincial administrator, and now the provincial administrator saying that I cannot give such authority. Now, what's with all the conflicting answers?
Your Honor, with your kind indulgence, I just would like to make a clarification. We requested for a travel authority yesterday, and as per the staff of the provincial administrator, we are allowed to attend, but we haven't yet seen the authority to travel. Though we are informed that the governor only signs the authority to travel outside the province, Your Honor.
So let me be clear on all the persons invited and who are present here now. All of you have travel authorities or not? Provincial administrator,
Yes, Your Honor.
and it was signed by whom?
The governor, Your Honor.
The governor. So the absence of the travel authority in the previous meeting was due to the absence of travel authority given by the governor, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, can I have one quick question with the indulgence of Kong Mix?
Okay, please proceed, Vice Chair.
I took note that the name of our provincial administrator here is Attorney Maria Rosario Mamba Villaflor. May we be enlightened if she's related to Governor Mamba? And if so, what is her relation? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Please answer the query of Vice Chair Luistro.
The governor is my uncle, Your Honor. He is the brother of my father, Attorney Leonardo Mamba, who's already deceased.
Are you satisfied with the answer? Okay. So, may mga tanong pa ba dun kay Miss Vergara? Miss Vergara, but your travel authority as of now, wala sa iyo, no? It's not in your position.
Not yet, Your Honor, but they informed me that we are allowed to travel.
Who informed you?
From the office of the provincial administrator, Your Honor.
Admin, saan yung travel authority nila?
It is in the office, Your Honor.
Why
The-
it's in the office?
I was
And-
not, Your Honor, if I may be allowed to
Yeah,
explain.
yeah, please proceed.
I've been in Manila since Monday. I was only informed of the directive of the governor to allow them to travel yesterday, Your Honor, afternoon. So the verbal order was issued to the staff to notify them that the travel has been allowed by the governor. So the document is actually in the office, signed by the governor. So we do not have copies of the documents right now.
Thank you, admin. That's understandable. But supposedly you have instructed your people in your office para mabigay yung travel authority nila. Anyway, are we done with that? are all the members done with Ms. Vergara? Kasi, okay, so kasi ganito to. Kung ang question is all about the travel authority, and I hope, no, unless may ibang reason, yung the rest of the 10 na iwan, tanungin na lang natin isa-isa mamaya kung ganun din yung reason para mabilis tayo. So, to the members of both committees, okay na tayo kay Ms. Vergara and we will proceed to the next. Okay? Yes, Ma'am Elaine? Do you have something to ask? Please proceed.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga or tanghali po sa inyong lahat. Bilang isang Cagayano, ilang beses na tayo nagkaroon ng hearing dito and up to now, wala pa rin tayong klaro kung ano talaga ang nangyari dito sa issue natin during the election na nag-file ng complaint si Congressman Lara against Governor Mamba. So, ang gusto kong tanungin ngayon ay si Maritel Bautista. Miss Maritel Bautista, pwede ba dito ka sa harapan?
With the indulgence of the good Congresswoman, Ma'am, is it related to it related to
Yeah,
the
to
10
the travel order, yes,
travel order?
yes.
For is Maritel part of the 11?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Maritel Bautista?
Bautista.
Okay. Let's proceed with Maritel. Please proceed, ma'am.
Miss
Mr.
Maritel.
Chairman, may I be allowed? Permission to leave?
Leave for,
Necessity, sir.
sorry?
Necessity po,
Oh,
Chairman.
yeah. Please.
Thank
Your
you,
excuse.
Chairman. Thank you po.
Ang gusto ko lang malaman, may nag-text ba or tumawag sa inyo? At gusto kong malaman kung sino siya na hindi kayo matuloy last Monday dito sa Congress. Miss Maritel, bago ka sumagot, sabihin mo ang totoo.
Good morning po sa lahat. Yung tungkol po sa invitation. Nung na-receive ko po, I prepared authority to travel. But it was not granted.
Come again?
Hindi po na-approve.
Sino ang hindi nag-approve?
I submitted to the office of the provincial administrator.
Bakit daw hindi na-approve? At bakit hindi pinirmahan?
Hindi ko po alam. Ma'am.
Hindi mo alam o takot ka? Ano yung sagot mo sa phone?
Miss Maritel, did you call somebody in the phone? That was the question of the Honorable Vargas.
Wala po. Yung nag-request lang po ako ng authority to travel. And it was not granted.
Totoo ba ang sinabi ng provincial governor na walang pupunta sa inyo last Monday dito?
Nag-meeting po kasi kami nung Friday.
Mr.
Na-
Chair,
Meeting with,
Mr.
We
Chair,
do.
point of
Ano
order.
ang pag-usapan nyo sa meeting?
yung tungkol po sa pagpunta ng Monday.
Ano ang napakasunduan nyo?
Naipupustro po namin yung programa na nakabinbin tungkol po sa pag-distribute ng mga relief goods tsaka yung mga pagbigay ng mga cash assistance.
Ano pa?
Yun lang po.
Sino nag-instruct sa inyo na gawin nyo yon?
Napagmitingan lang po.
Sino nga?
The provincial administrator po.
Yes, Congressman Vargas, are you done?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Isang tanong pa. So itong si Provincial Administrator ang nag-utos sa inyo na huwag kayong pumunta rito.
Opo.
Pakisagot ulit. Mahina eh. Hindi ko narinig.
Yes po.
Yun lang, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Congressman Vargas. Matanong lang before I give the floor to my co-chair. Matanong lang, Ms. Martel, during the meeting with the provincial administrator, nandun pa si Governor Mamba?
Wala po.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed, co-chair.
Ms. Maritel, ano yung position niyo sa provincial government and what's your function?
Administrative aid 4 po.
For what particular office?
Provincial Administrator's Office.
And what's your specific role with regards to the distribution of yung relief goods or something? Anong role mo doon?
Distribution po.
Yes. Wala.
Wala po.
Yet you were not required, you were not authorized to travel here during our meeting on the reason that it was to be, you were supposed to be busy delivering the goods to the victims of the Bagyo. Correct? Please answer.
Yes, sir.
So you had nothing to do with it, yet you were prevented from coming here.
Come again po.
Bisaya ako eh. What was your role? Again, I'm repeating this, ha? Ano ang role niyo in the distribution of the relief goods related to the Bagyo?
There was a previous request from PSWDO requesting for additional manpower.
And you were part of those requested?
Gusto ko po sana, sir.
And just answer it, yes or no? Were you
Yes.
part? Huh?
Yes, sir.
But why were you saying na gusto ko sana?
Kasi po, my hometown is Abulug. Yun ang na-devastated na
Okay.
town.
So nung Monday na yon, when the hearing was, when the committee was having a hearing, where were you?
Office po.
What were you doing?
Ang task ko po sa office is to...
On that day,
Sir,
on that day, what were you doing?
ako po ang nag-i-initial ng mga for initial na financial papers before pipirmahan ni Attorney Cha, the provincial administrator.
What papers were those, Maritel?
Yung mga vouchers po, PRs,
Is that in relation to the release of the goods for the relief operations?
hindi po.
Huh?
Hindi po.
Hindi. So yet your reason supposedly was that you were prevented from coming over because you were part and parcel of those who were working for the distribution of the relief goods. Tama ba?
Po.
Yet you were not doing anything related to the release of these relief goods, correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, short manifestation lang. Pwede. Actually kanina, sabi ni Administrator, last Monday nandito na siya. Tapos sabi ni Maritel, prepare siya ng documents para dun sa pipirmahan ni Administrator. So paano pipirmahan ng Monday kung nandito na ng Monday si Administrator? Of course, Mr. Chair, manifest ko lang din. Dito sa mga resource persons natin, mga kababayan ko mga ito, I pity them actually, Mr. Chair. And of course, I'm very much worried. Ito parang hindi kusa sa loob nila yung mga sagot nila eh. Something is very burdensome sa kanila, no? Ko alam kung paano tayo makaano nito, maka-move on, yeah. Yeah, na ganito. So, yun lang, Mr. Chair.
Let me just cut you short, Kang Lara. I just want to go to the provincial administrator. Madam, you just heard Marital Bautista say that you did not give them the travel authority, supposedly because they were to be doing work for the distribution of the relief goods on Monday.
For the scheduled activities, Your Honor, the activities are
Yes.
scheduled for, I think, 3 weeks.
But it is primarily due to the release of the relief goods, correct?
Not just relief goods, Your Honor, also the financial assistance.
Okay, now-
Anything related to the.
She testified earlier that it was you who did not give them the travel authority to appear here in this committee last Monday.
Yes, consistent with the directive and priority of the province at the time, Your Honor.
And it was Marital Bautista who also testified that on that Monday, she did nothing that was related to the release of the relief goods.
Yes, Your Honor. May I be allowed to?
What I do not understand, provincial administrator, why would you prevent someone from coming over to appear before this committee on the premise that she was supposed to be doing something related to the scheduled activity, and yet she testifies now that she had nothing to do with the activity at all?
May I respond, Your Honor?
Please.
Okay. Sir, as standard procedure, Your Honor, of the province of Cagayan, whenever we have calamities and upon the request of our social welfare office and all other offices related to frontline activities, all manpower of the province are on standby to respond whenever any need arises. Especially, we are undermanned right now. Nonetheless, Your Honor, it was during the discussion on the week July 31 when they requested and provided the administrator with the schedule of their activities. An order was also issued to all departments to provide the manpower needed by the frontline offices for such purpose.
Admin, ang haba ng explanation mo eh.
Opo.
Kasi ang pinag-usapan natin dito, 12 days after the typhoon, post-typhoon operation, you were given because of the typhoon. Kaya nga kinonsidera, dapat July 26 may hearing tayo. Pinuspone namin dahil sa typhoon. But 12 days after the typhoon, you should not explain na lahat ay nakabantay dahil sa bagyo because July 7 is 12 days after July 26
Yes, Your
na may
Honor.
typhoon. Kaya
Sir,
I will not accept your explanation, admin.
Sir, nakabase po kasi yon doon sa availability also ng relief na kailangan na i-distribute, sir.
Whatever.
Hindi po yung
Pero itong Maritel, wala namang task, walang trabaho. Inamin niya na. Hindi mo binigyan ng authority to travel. May problema ka.
May I respond, sir?
Hindi, patapusin mo muna ako. Wag na nga tayo dito pa, kasi habang nagsisinungaling ka, habang hindi mo diretso, sinasagot yung mga tanong, habang hindi mo panindigan yung responsibilidad mo, don't force us to cite you in contempt.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand. May I respond, sir?
Oh, please, proceed.
Sir, ang context po kasi nun is 4 days po yung requested po na mag-appear. Effectively, 4 days po yung required sila na mag-travel. 7 and to appear August 7 and August 9. So hindi po makapagbalik-balik. So ang reason po nun kasi because Monday.
Again, I will cut you short. Yung 4 days na yon, that was Friday, you received the letter, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, you issue travel authority by Monday. Okay,
No,
Friday pa.
Friday.
Oh, Friday. Oh, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, ilang araw yon? Bilangin mo nga.
Sir,
No, my question is bilangin mo. Kasi kung nandito kayo nung Monday, wag mong gawing palusot. Nandito kayo ng Monday, wala tayong problema. Di ba?
Yeah, we apologize,
fact-
Your Honor.
Well, in fact, kung hindi kayo pinadala ng show cause order, hindi kayo pupunta dito ngayon. Di ba? That's the truth. Huwag tayong magbulahan dito. Huwag nyo kaming gawing sinungaling dito. Kasi ang 4 days na sinasabi mo, totoo yun. But Monday is still covered by that 4 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, in fact,
That's correct.
pwede nyo nga i-antedate eh. Eh, di ba? I'm not accusing you na pwede nyo antedate yung TA ngayon nila. But you cannot produce now the TA. Huwag na tayo maglukuhan dito. Ay, wag mo ubusin pasensya namin dito. Because as of now, you are here, you're the alter ego of the governor. Lahat na request, dumadaan sa'yo. Pati yung TA. Huwag kang magpalusot, admin. Kanina pa kita binibigyan ng panahon na mag-explain. May problema yung mga explanation mo. Yung 4 days, hindi lulusot yon. Tama? Tanongin kita diretso ngayon.
I could not presume how the...
Hindi nga. Di ba 4 days ang binibigay nyo lang na travel authority?
No, Your Honor. Hindi po.
Oh,
May I respond, Your Honor?
yes.
The reason po, kaya po, yung directive po ni Governor was one, to prioritize po yung scheduled activities. So lahat po ng manpower, ni-require po ni Governor na mag-assist po doon sa scheduled activities. So pangalawa po, dahil po effectively magiging 4 na araw po silang wala. So kaya nga po nag-request po kami nung Friday kung pwede pong ma-excuse sila from appearing on yung 2 araw po na yon. So unfortunately, yun nga po ang nangyari. Ang nakuha namin na response from the honorable committees was the show cause orders. So which was why nag-appear po upon directive of the governor, sinamahan ko na po sila to appear today, Your Honors. So yun po yung reason kung bakit. As to the actual work po ni Ms. Bautista last Monday, ang presumption po kasi they're supposed to assist in all of the activities. Ang covered po namin is all scheduled activities. So it will depend on the needs of the departments, Your Honor, with due respect to the committees, Your Honor.
Pero ang ano ko nga siyempre yung evaluation nyo dapat may show cause order, may invitation sa kanila. Siyempre ma-evaluate mo naman kung si Miss Maritel kailangan doon. You're the provincial administrator. Sa opisina mo pa. Ngayon nag-testify na wala naman siya ginawa nung Monday. Are you admitting na hindi mo pala na-evaluate yung mga tao mo?
I can at the time that we were meeting, Your Honor, the week prior, especially
Hindi
when
nga, ang sinasabi ko nga, by Friday, natanggap niyo yung letter. Si Mas Maritel is invited. Dahil is DO siya.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, kasi po sa operating procedure po namin, all personnel po talaga nag-a-assist from sa warehouse.
Oo na nga, but upon receiving the invitation for Miss Maritel,
That is true. She requested for a
ba't
travel
hindi mo binigyan?
because upon the directive of the governor, Your Honor.
Judgment call. May problema ka doon.
Your Honor, I cannot authorize her to travel outside
you
of Cagayan, Your Honor.
Did you talk to the governor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anong reply ni governor?
Prioritize the activities of the relief
trabaho.
activities of the province, Your Honor.
Prioritize, wala nga siyang trabaho.
Your Honor, that was only on Monday, Your Honor. The social welfare and other
Di
frontline
dapat nung
officers.
Monday, pinadala siya dito kasi nung Monday wala siyang trabaho. Huwag ka nga magpalusot.
I apologize, Your Honor. I
You
was
apologize for what?
for making that presumption that I am aware that she was not doing anything last Monday because I was
thank
not
you.
in Cagayan
Okay,
last
thank you.
Monday.
Anybody else from the members of the committee to ask Miss Maritel?
Mr. Chair, I think the same reasoning will be given by the rest of the other persons who were given a show cause, and we might take up too much time on that. And I may suggest that we continue with the disbursements actually with that they were making or other issues.
Mr. Chair, before we go to other matters, with regards to the issue, show cause, she's explaining a while ago to Maritel, one of the staff of the provincial administrator. Unfortunately, some also did not attend, just like the provincial warden. No, the previous hearing, Mr. Chair, and the provincial legal. Anong role nila sa distribution? No, so ito sana, and again, I will move, Mr. Chair. If you will not accept the explanation dun sa contempt nila, again, I will reiterate.
Anyway, before we proceed to the interpellation sa mga issues that was raised in this investigation, ganito na lang. Kasi co-chair, with the indulgence of the co-chairman, we need to establish, and for the record, we should get the answers and explanation of all those ordered for Sioco's order to be as present, they're present today. Now, pero paiksin na lang natin, tanungin na lang natin, the same ba? Just for the record, the same ba yung basis? No? And we will call each and every resource person listed here, those, 10.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
can I make a manifestation first?
yes, please proceed.
For the guidance of our resource speakers here, we are confronted between the compulsory power of the Congress vis-a-vis the travel authority being issued by the local chief executive. Let us all be reminded that the power of the Congress to conduct inquiry in aid of legislation emanates no less than from the fundamental law of the land. That is the Philippine Constitution. To be specific, Article 5, Section 21. And further, under Section 16, Paragraph 3, the Congress was given the rule-making power to pass and guide us in conducting inquiry in aid of legislation. And in pursuance of the same, under Section 8 of the rules on inquiry of the rules of the House, it was very explicit that we have the power to issue subpoena ad testificandum and subpoena juris tecum. This is vis-a-vis the issue on the issuance of travel authority, which is provided under the local government code and supported by Memorandum Circular number 2019-82 issued by the DILG. My point of argument, Mr. Chair, is between the Philippine Constitution and the local government code, RA 7160, the power of the Congress for compulsory processes must prevail. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that manifestation, Vice Chair Luistro. Now let's proceed with all those listed names dun sa Siocos. Out of 12, tapos si Maritel, yung rescinding was contempt, cited in contempt. Now, yung 10 na lang. Co-chair, please.
Mr. Chair, bago sana ituloy natin yan.
Siyam na lang pala, tapos na si Vergara. Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chair, tanong ko lang kay...
By the way, what's the manifestation?
Yes, Mr. Chair, a short manifestation. Considering na parang hindi pwedeng gumalaw ang provincial government ng Cagayan, kung wala itong mga taong ito na pinag-a-attend natin na daming rason, no? Sabi nga nila, kung ayaw mo talaga, palaging may dahilan. Kung gusto mo, palaging may paraan. So itanong ko na lang kay Provincial Administrator, ilan ba ang empleyado ng Kapitolyo ng Cagayan?
May I respond, sir?
Including
Please
job
proceed.
order, all.
Please proceed.
Almost 3,000, I believe, Your Honor.
That includes job order casuals?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Lara. Co-chair, please.
For
proceed.
Mr. Catalino Arugay, is he present?
Please approach the microphone.
Mr. Catalino Arugay, can you state your position for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Chair, I am Catalino V. Arugay. I'm the Provincial Warden.
As Provincial Warden, Are you saying that the same reasons why you failed to appear on Monday for this meeting was because of the absence of a travel authority, same as the other two persons earlier questioned?
Your Honor, we have a meeting and I learned that we are going to ask for an excuse for the meeting last Monday.
I'm sorry?
Nag-meeting po kami, nag-letter po ang Provincial Administrator that we will request for the excuse po kami sa meeting ng Monday.
So it was the provincial administrator who told you to ask for an excuse, that you
No,
be excused?
siya po ang nag-ask ng excuse.
I'm asking you, Mr. Arugay, now as provincial warden, why did you fail to appear last Monday?
Yung nga po, no, pina-excuse kami doon sa letter, kaya hindi po kami pumunta.
What letter are you talking about?
Yung letter po ng Provincial Administrator that will be excused for the hearing last Monday.
And the reason for your absence would be, or for the excuse for, would be what? What would be the excuse for?
Yung letter po ng Provincial
Oh, God. So, Mr. As provincial warden, are you part of the distribution of the relief goods
Yes, Your Honor.
as provincial warden?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you leave your detainees and go distribute goods?
Yes, as part of my duties.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, diretso pagkatanong lang. Pero kung pinayagan kang umalis doon at pumunta dito, pupunta ka.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so ang problema is the order of the provincial administrator.
Yes, Your Honor, because of the letter of the Provincial Administrator.
Now, the letter of the provincial administrator addressed to this committee is to explain why is it be excused. Now, hindi namin tinanggap yung letter nyo. Kaya nga pinadala kayo ng show cause order. Di ba? Tama?
Opo.
So, ang tanong ko lang, kung may order, official travel authority, an order from the provincial administrator na pumunta dito last Monday, pupunta ka.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Chairman.
Kung tatanungin natin po lahat yung mga
Same.
yung 12 na sasabihin din nila provincial administrator pa rin ang bagsak eh. May I ask the provincial administrator, are you a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And maybe you would know the different levels of authority insofar as laws are concerned.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Does the Constitution provide the powers of Congress, especially in the conduct of its jurisdiction?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Now, you are talking about authority to travel, right?
I did not understand the
Ang
question.
pinag-uusapan natin, kung nakikinig ka, tungkol lang sa travel authority and
Yes.
so far as your 12 employees are concerned. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, tama. And it flows from the local government code, Republic Act 7160. You would know that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, which is more superior, the Constitution or the
The
local
Constitution,
government
Your
code,
Honor.
right?
Yes, Your Honor.
O bakit ang ini-implore ninyo ay yung local government code? Ang ini-implore namin dito ay yung Constitution.
Given the circumstances, Your Honor, we were hoping that the committees, the joint committees would consider.
Understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Eh, ang basis mo pala is you were hoping that we would understand. Alam din namin yung batas eh. Kaya yung lahat ng explanation ninyo, hindi palatable insofar as this representation is concerned. Hindi valid. Di ba? Would you accept that? You being a lawyer.
May I respond, sir?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Sir, given the circumstances and the directive of our governor to prioritize the activities for relief and financial distribution, Your Honor, we had to comply with the directive of the governor. That's why we exercise due diligence
With
by.
your indulgence, attorney, Kaya ako prenemis yung question ko pagtatanong sa iyo kung ikaw ay abogado at alam mo yung diferensya ng mas mataas na batas at saka yung mga batas na ang source ay yung pinakamataas na batas. Di po ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes. And what you are trying to explain na authority ninyo is source from the local government code, tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Which flows from the Constitution.
Yes, Your Honor.
O alin ngayon ang dapat ninyong sundin? Yung Constitution o yung 7160?
Everything should be compliant with the provisions of the Constitution, Your Honor. The Constitution, Your Honor.
You are showing that you are really a lawyer sa pagsasagot mo.
The Constitution, Your Honor.
Yes. Thank you. So sundin natin yung Constitution. Yun ang pinakamataas na batas as far as lawyers are concerned. Tama?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, we should follow that. And you took an oath to follow the Constitution and obey it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, yes. So you obey it.
Yes, precisely, Your Honor.
Yes,
That's
pero
why.
Gamitin yung 7160 na rason kung bakit hindi kayo naka-appear dito. Because the Constitution says na mas mataas yung processes ng Kongreso. Tama?
Correct, Your Honor.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Chairman
Chair.
Akop. Anyway, before we proceed, let me acknowledge the good congressman from the second district of Davao de Oro, Congressman Honorable Ruel Peter Gonzaga. Ay, boss, thank you
On
for
the-
coming, boss.
Part of the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, we would also like to acknowledge the presence of Representative Munir Arbison of the second district of Sulu and Representative Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez of One Rider Party List.
Thank you, mga boss, for coming. If we have done with the provincial jail management officer, your excuse. No excuse.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Next.
Miss Christine Reyes. Christine Reyes. Diyan. Miss Christine Reyes, to abbreviate the proceedings, I would just like to ask you one question. Was your failure to attend the meeting last Monday due to the absence of travel authority issued by the provincial administrator?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
The same?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're not excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Marinita Obispo, Anita Obispo. Miss Obispo, was your failure to attend the meeting last Monday due to the absence of a travel authority issued by your provincial administrator?
Yes, Your Honor, and I am sick. Last Monday, I have no voice.
So
Ang-
because of the absence of travel authority and your illness,
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Amelia Malano? Miss Amelia Malano, the same question. Was your absence in the meeting last Monday due to the reason that you were not given a travel authority by your provincial administrator?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Miss Rosario Mandak? Miss Rosario Mandak, was your failure to attend the meeting last Monday due to the reason that you were unable to secure a travel authority from your provincial administrator?
Your Honor, that is one reason also, but the main reason po is I am a social worker from the Provincial Social Welfare Office, and my mandate, because we have the Super Typhoon Egay, we have a scheduled prior to the notice of our hearing last Monday. We have already scheduled activities and we already coordinated to our recipients. So last Monday po, we were in the area, one of the hardest hit municipality of Cagayan, and we personally distributed relief supplies.
You
to
are with
our
what
guests.
office?
Social welfare for you.
How many employees are there in the social office?
We have a limited manpower po. Your
How
Honor.
many are employees?
In our main office, we have only 11.
11. And how
Yes.
many GAOs are contractual employees?
9 JOs and 1 contractual.
And the activity cannot proceed without you?
As a social worker, yes, Your Honor.
There's no other social worker?
We have, but our social worker was also assigned in different areas, Your Honor. Actually, one of our social worker is in Calayan Island since July 27 and until now, andun pa po, hindi pa po siya nakakabalik.
So if you were given a travel authority, would you have appeared before this committee?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, okay, thank you. Mr. Heraclio Dumapal?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Sir, would you have appeared in this committee's hearing last Monday if you were given a travel authority by your provincial administrator?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Last meeting, sir.
Mm-hmm. Last Monday, August 7.
And last Monday, sir. No.
No,
Yes, sir.
you would not have appeared.
Yes.
But if you were given a travel authority, would you appear?
Pwede rin po kasi hindi lang naman. Kung may order ako, okay lang ho. May hindi ko akong maiwanan din na liquidation kung ginagawa ng Friday.
What's your position and what office are you from?
Cashier po, sir.
Cashier. Okay, so you're responsible for releasing the
For
funds.
the liquidation of my cash advance. Your Honor.
Miss Rosel Bungkad,
Okay na, sir.
thank you.
Good morning po.
Good morning. Now, your failure to attend last Monday's meeting of this committee was due to the fact that you were not given a travel authority, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's no other reason why you could not have attended?
No more reasons, sir.
What position do you occupy and what office?
Treasury office, cashier.
Cashier
po
also.
po.
How many cashiers are there in the provincial office?
I think 4, sir.
4.
Yes, sir.
And of the cashiers, how many were subpoenaed to appear before this committee?
One.
Just you? Just you?
All of us, sir.
All of you were subpoenaed to be here?
Show cause order po.
Okay. So you were all invited here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Miss Daisy Bagisi?
Good morning, Your Honors.
Good morning. Same question po. Would you have attended last Monday's meeting of this joint committee if you were given a travel authority by a provincial administrator?
Yes, but I have 2 reasons, sir, Your Honor. First, I did not have the travel authority, and secondly, we are presently conducting the PDNA or the post-disaster needs assessment dahil po sa Super Typhoon Egay.
What's your position and what office do you work for?
I am from the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office, and I am a local disaster risk reduction management officer too.
So 12 days after the storm, you still conducting the...
PDANA po.
Okay, Pidana.
Yes, sir.
And how many are you in that office?
Permanent, we are only 3. And then we have 9 job orders and 1 casual employee.
Of your PDRMO?
Yes, Your Honor.
Co-chair, with the indulgence, co-chair. The whole workforce of PDRMO, 3 regular lang?
Yes, Your Honor.
The whole province?
The whole province.
Tapos
The
ilang,
other one has already retired po.
3 lang.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, tapos ilang job order?
9, Your Honor.
So 12, the whole province.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Attorney Rogelio Taliping Jr.
Thank you po.
Here, Your Honor.
Attorney, what office are you connected with, the provincial government?
I'm with the legal office of the province, Your Honor.
Okay, can you state for the reasons why you were unable to attend the joint committee hearing last Monday?
Yes, Your Honor. Partly because I did not have a travel authority, and I used the time last Monday, Your Honor, to sign some pleadings which we are bound to file that day. In the legal office, we have 5 lawyer positions, but only two are filled, because 3 years ago there are only one lawyer, which is the provincial legal officer, and I had requested for the reorganization, which grew it to 5. But until
Anyway,
now,
Attorney, sorry to cut you short.
yes.
Yung mga pleading sa pepirmahan mo, aralin mo, is it related to relief and rehab?
Ano, Your Honor?
Okay, so no, that is not related.
Yes.
So you're not directly involved.
I was. No, Your Honor.
Oh, you're not.
I was in-
So
I was in-
it's the issuance of the travel authority that you're not present last Monday.
Yes.
Okay.
I was not issued a
Thank you.
travel authority.
You're now excused. Thank you.
And
You're now excused. What else?
I was invited the first, I think, when in May 31. I attended then I was invited again, but I was not issued a subpoena, Your Honor.
Ay, gusto mo ipasikwena ka. You're a lawyer. Alam mo yon.
Yes, Your Honor, but I was invited again.
Di ba? Di ba ang sinabi ko sa inyo, lahat ng mga invited resource persons which is present on that hearing should be present on the next hearing. We don't need to subpoena you.
Yes, I was invited again and I attended this time.
Kaya nga, every hearing sinabi ko yun, na dapat lahat na nandito, dapat next hearing nandito rin. Di ba?
Yes, sir. My presence signifies that I'm willing to participate.
Yeah, I know. But the pleadings and everything related to your position as legal, provincial legal officer is not related to the relief and rehab. So that will not be a reason. The only reason is you were not given the travel authority to attend last Monday's hearing, di ba?
Yes.
Tama? Okay, thank you. You're excused.
Just provincial administrator, your general explanation on your refusal to give them a travel authority was because supposedly they were part and parcel of the relief operations. You just heard Attorney Taliping Jr. said that he had nothing to do with the relief operations on the day that he was not given a travel authority.
Yes, Your Honor, the general directive of the governor was to prioritize the activities. Part of our relief operations, Your Honor, the relief operations for distribution of relief goods and the operations relating to distribution of financial assistance are separate operations, Your Honor. So upon the directive of the governor, we prioritize the distribution since all are affected. So,
Yeah, but you just heard your legal say that the functions he performed on Monday was in no way related to the relief operations.
yes, he mentioned
So
that,
how
Your Honor.
does that justify your refusal to give him a travel authority when he had nothing to do with it?
Because during our discussion, Your Honor, the week prior, when I was informed of the invitations and the governor was likewise apprised of the same, the directive was to prioritize the activities of the province relating to the distribution of both relief and financial. And as a matter of policy, Your Honor, there is a standing policy of the governor that whenever there are calamities, we do not allow travel as much as possible, and we have to prioritize the addressing the needs of the communities, Your Honor.
But Panyera, so you're now saying that the governor is openly defying the subpoena of this committee by telling you that even those who are not essential should not be allowed to travel here. Are you saying that in effect?
Your Honor, we issued, the refusal was to issue the travel order, Your Honor, was based on the set policies of the governor, Your Honor, of the provincial government.
Yes, I understand that's the policy. But why prevent people who will not be performing functions related to that incident?
Your Honor, because they are expected to participate in the activities, Your Honor.
Okay,
As-
let's take Attorney Taliping as an example. What is his participation going to be in the distribution of the relief goods?
Standard, Your Honor, whenever the social welfare and other offices request for extra manpower, Your Honor, they have
Are
to
you telling
assist.
me that the lawyer is going to help go out and distribute the goods?
Yes, Your Honor. That we do that, Your Honor. The province of Cagayan experiences numerous calamities, and we've gone through a lot of them,
Okay,
Your
then
Honor.
I'll go to Attorney Taliping. Attorney Taliping, on the day that the storm hit your province, did you go out and distribute goods?
No, but I attended the PDRRM council meeting.
Which is referring now to the actual distribution of these goods, and that they said that even you might be required to do that. Now,
This-
did you in any way, at any day, during the time that there was a state of calamity in that province, go out and distribute goods?
This typhoon in particular, Your Honor, I was not called to do that. But when in a
I'm referring
previous
to this
typhoons, I even
particular incident, this particular storm.
no, Your Honor. But in other typhoons, I even rode a UV helicopter in distributing relief goods. That
But
was
not
Typhoon
for this
Ulysses in
particular case.
2020.
But not for this particular case.
No, in this case, sir.
And you were not to ask to participate in this particular case, in the delivery.
I was not called.
Thank you.
Okay, so lahat tapos na. How about those cited in contempt that is present today before we ruled on the explanation of Administrator Villaflor? Yung lima. Yung lima. Yung lima. Yung names. Oh. The provincial treasurer, the same answer. Yung list. Please proceed. The same.
Yes, Your Honor.
The same.
Yeah.
We're not given travel authority.
Yes, aside from we have no travel authority, Your Honor, before even I received the invitation, we already have schedules for the distribution of the financial cash assistance.
There. Explanation. Treasurer, provincial treasurer. Okay, next. So, travel authority, wala. Okay. Next is Miss Gina Garma, your position in the provincial government.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. Gina Garma, Provincial Accountant.
So the same. You were not given the authority to attend.
No authority, Your Honor.
Thank you. Miss Dr. Perlita Lucia Mabasa.
Yes, Your Honor. But I'd like to explain that as
Your
early as
position in the province.
Yeah, I'm the provincial agriculturist of the province of Cagayan. And as early as July 31, I requested the Honorable Governor for a travel order for a span of 2 weeks because of the aftermath of Super Typhoon Egay. And I received on that day, August 7, a directive from the Department of Agriculture that I have to assist the central office because there was a directive of the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. when he visited the province that we have to provide data, particularly in the aftermath of Super Typhoon Egay. So on that day, I spearheaded the assessment also of the crop damage, and we assisted the Philippine Crop Insurance for the immediate release of the insurance of our affected farmers, especially our corn farmer, Your Honor. That's why I was not able to attend, and I'm sorry for that.
Please submit to this committee the letter, official letter coming from the
I have it-
Department of
I have
Agriculture.
it with me and my travel order, Your Honor.
Travel order today.
No, the travel order previous weeks because of the stated activities that we had
Travel order for
for the
This
post-evaluation of aftermath of Super Typhoon.
for the typhoon,
Yes, sir.
not for the hearing last Monday.
Because I was too busy with the
Yeah,
assessment,
okay.
Your Honor.
Please submit to the please approach the committee secretary to
Xerox.
for that Next, Miss
The letter.
Helen Donato.
Editas ko lang.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Helen Donato, the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Officer. And I'm in charge of the relief cluster. And before the receipt of the Monday or August 7 hearing, I already requested for a week-long distribution from the provincial government. And we were given a scheduled distribution of the relief goods. And aside from that, I am the only person authorized to receive donations from different personalities, senators, and other agencies. So I cannot join the hearing that time, sir.
But did you receive supposedly the invitation? You're aware of the meeting last Monday?
Yes, sir. But after
Sandali.
the request.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did you request for an authority from the provincial administrator?
No, sir.
You don't.
Because I'm busy and I already requested for.
So why not personally reply to this committee? You never replied and explained. Kaya nga nag-show cause kami sa inyo eh. Bakit? Wala. Because?
Sorry, because I'm too busy, sir. I was not able to reply.
Ayun yung problema. Because you relied on the letter from the provincial administrator. Tama? Aminin mo na lang. Tama?
No, sir.
Oh, in short, panindigan mo na dinify mo yung order ng committee.
Hindi, sir. Nag-request naman ako ng excuse, sir, sa provincial administrator.
Oh, yun pala eh.
Because
Kanina sabi mo wala.
Hindi, pero dito sa request sa kanya ako nag-request.
Kaya nga, nag-request ka sa kanya. That's why ang sinasabi ko, you rely on the reply of the provincial administrator. Di ba?
Yes, sir.
O yun. At least establish na kay admin. Okay. Thank you. Next is Mr. Reynald Ramirez. Please.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Same reason po, but I have two reasons actually.
Position mo muna.
I'm Reynald Ramirez. I'm the Provincial Budget Officer.
Please proceed.
Yeah, same reason, but I have two actually, Your Honor. The second one is we are now in the budget preparation period, and this is the week that we have started reviewing all the proposals submitted for the budget proposals of all offices for the ensuing year.
That is not typhoon related.
No, Your Honor. But we part also of our the reason also.
No. The first reason that you mentioned is that typhoon related, post-typhoon related activities.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the same as with all other resource person invited from the LGUs, ganun din. Budget season din ngayon. Kami nga dito, budget season, nag-hearing pa eh.
Yung role ko po, sir, doon sa disaster regarding po doon sa financial transactions kasi I signed po the obligation requests before po matuloy yung disbursement niya.
Pero araw-araw ba yun?
Yes po.
Araw-araw? Pinipirmahan mo?
Yeah, all transactions po.
all transactions.
Opo.
Oh, pero typhoon related lahat?
No, not all po.
Oh, kaya nga, yun yung sinasabi ko. Anyway, but you ask for the authority.
We actually had a meeting with our PA. Pumunta kasi nag-meet kami lahat, those who were invited to come here. And we were informed that the governor will prepare a letter through our PA to access to requests for an excuse.
Eh, yun nga, balikan ko lang, yun nga ang problema eh. You rely with your provincial administrator na supposedly you are personally invited to be physically present last Monday. Kaya hindi nyo sinagot. Di ba?
Yes, sir.
So, yun, again, just to remind everyone, hindi pwede yun na ang provincial administrator ang sasagot doon sa show cause order for you to explain why you should be cited in contempt. Eh, na-contempt na kayo eh. Last Monday, di ba? Kaya nandito kayo ngayon. I hope natuto tayo dyan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, any more from the members with regards to the show cause order issued last Monday to the 12th? Sinding was already cited in contempt and ordered to be detained here in the House. Now, with regards to the 11 and the 5, malinaw yung reason. They all rely with the wisdom and decision of the provincial administrator, which is the alter ego of the governor. Now, what's the pleasure of members of this committee?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Pong Lara.
if I may, I'm sorry to say this, Mr. Chair, but it seems hearing all these justification that they are telling us, napaka-flimsy po yung excuse, and of course, under subpoena yung iba po dito, no? Just to state Section 11 under contempt sa rules natin, Mr. Chair. So governing inquiries in aid of legislation. Section 11, the committee may punish any person for contempt by a vote of 2/3 of the members present, there being a quorum. The following shall be grounds for citing any person in contempt. Letter A, refusal without legal excuse to obey summons. Letter B, refusal to be sworn or placed under affirmation. C, refusal to answer any relevant inquiry. D, refusal to produce any books, papers, documents, or records that are relevant to the inquiry and are in the possession of the concerned person. Letter E, acting in a disrespectful manner towards any member of the committee or any misbehavior in the presence of the committee. And letter F, undue interference in the conduct of the proceeding. Considering that the explanation of the show cause order, Mr. Chair, points to only one direction, and that is the prevention or non-giving of the travel order to all the invited subpoenaed resource person. I'm constrained, Mr. Chair, now to move and cite in contempt the provincial administrator of the province of Cagayan, Attorney Charo Mamba Villaflor, to be cited in contempt and be ordered to be detained here in this August, Mr. Chair. So move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to cite in contempt the provincial administrator of the province of Cagayan. Do I hear any second?
Second.
Duly seconded. Any objections? Motion is carried. Co-chair.
Point of clarification, Mr. Chair. Does the motion carry that the subject person be detained?
One motion in every subject matter, so there will be another motion for the order to detain.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chairman Ako.
Mr. Chairman, just a clarification.
Yes, Chairman Barbers.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to Section 12 of the Rules of Procedure governing inquiries in aid of legislation, if a person is cited for contempt, attached to the citation would be the penalty of detention. So is there really a need to move for the detention, or it is automatic as what our rules say?
As per advice of the legal department of the House, we should have to order two motion.
Okay.
First motion will be contempt, then the order for detention.
Does this also mean, Mr. Chairman, that the rest of those resource persons that we have asked to explain and was a subject of a show cause order be likewise cited for contempt and be as well subject for detention?
Co-chair, please.
I think the motion of Representative Lara was limited as of now to the provincial administrator.
So there is a coming motion.
Maybe.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Again, it was moved and duly seconded that the provincial administrator of Cagayan is cited in contempt. Co-chair.
On the part of the Committee on Suffrage, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, motion to sign in contempt.
There's a motion duly seconded. Any objection? There being none, then the motion is approved.
Thank you. Let's proceed to the second motion. Kong Lara, please proceed.
Respectfully, Mr. Chair, I move for the contempt and detention of all the 5 subpoenaed resource person, Mr. Chair.
Kong Lara, as I've said, one motion per subject matter. So the next motion for to order to be detained is addressed to the provincial administrator. Please amend your motion.
Yes, Mr. Chair, respectfully, I move for the detention of the provincial administrator until for next hearing, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to order detention for the provincial administrator of the province of Cagayan. Duly seconded. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The motion is carried.
On the part of the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, do I hear a similar motion?
Mr. Chair, motion to file similar motion to detain the subject accused, Mr. Chair.
Any second? There's a motion to detain the provincial administrator of the province of Cagayan, duly seconded. And there being no objections, the motion is approved.
Thank you, Co-Chair. COMSEC is directed to inform the Sergeant at Arms to escort the provincial administrator to the floor.
Your Honor, may I be recognized?
For the information of course, especially the concerned person cited in contempt, under Section F of our rules in contempt, undue interference is the penalty will be at the maximum of 10 days to be detained in this August hall. So again, COMSEC, please instruct the Sergeant at Arms to escort the provincial administrator.
Your Honor, for clarification
Mr.
lang,
Chair.
may I be recognized?
Yes. And what's that clarification? Please proceed.
Earlier, Your Honor, the request to grant written explanation was, I understood, was approved to be submitted until tomorrow.
No.
Would that, in effect, Your Honor?
In that case, yung question of granting you for tomorrow's explanation, in-explain mo na ngayon eh. At saka, based on the testimony and explanation of all those resource person that was invited through a show cause order in today's hearing, napakalinaw. Sa iyo po pupunta lahat. That's why we don't need a official reply letter to you explaining why should that be cited in contempt.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your presence today and the explanation you have made, together the explanation of all those resource person concerns, was decided by this committee for you to be cited in contempt.
I just wanted to be clarified, Your Honor, given the previous or order, the way I understood it. So I apologize.
While the show cause order for Governor Mamba, for him to explain why he should not be cited in contempt because of undue interference, bukas yun. Provincial Administrator, hintayin namin bukas. Okay? So again, Comsec, please inform the Sergeant at Arms to escort the Provincial Administrator. Thank you. The hearing suspended for 3 minutes. Yung motion niya, dapat malinaw sa kanya. Yung lima. Anyway. Saan si Lara? The hearing is resumed. Please take note that there will be a next committee hearing in this room until 1 o'clock. So please be seated. Everyone be seated.
Representative Lara.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you very much once again. Doon sa 5 na nasa PUENAD na from the provincial capital. This is a strongly worded warning sa kanila na next time na may mga deliberations tayo at scheduled hearing.
Can you hold, Representative Lara? Are they still here? Malyonga, Garma, Mabasa, Donato, and Ramirez? Are you still here?
Saan sila? Yung 5.
Oh, can you please take your seats, please? Mila, Malyonga.
Paano mo yung sa SA kung balikin yung 5?
Yeah, Jana, Garma. Did they leave? They left? If they left, then maybe we should.
Again, the hearing. Ayan na. Okay.
Go ahead, Representative Lara.
Yes, Mr. Chair, considering that the five, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Considering that the testimonies of these five previously subpoenaed resource persons are vital to this committee hearing. My motion a while ago, thinking of reiterating it, but then again, I'll just issue a strong warning to them that next time na meron tayong mga pagdinig dito, Mr. Chair, i-prioritize nila ito kasi as cited by Chairman Akop, no, yung sinusunod natin is the most superior na law, no, sa atin. So, ito lang, hindi lang sa mga subpoenaed, kundi sa lahat ng mga resource persons natin na imbitado. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative Lara. So, Ms. Mila Malyonga, Ms. Gina Garma, Dr. Perlita Lucia Mabasa, Ms. Helen Donato, Mr. Reynald Ramirez, you are warned not to please take seriously the commands and processes of this committee. Otherwise, there will also be consequences that, as you have just seen today. So please, the reason that you're busy or doing something else is really not enough. Now, so you have been sternly warned, and any similar incidents related to the processes of this committee will be dealt with more seriously the next time. You understand, po? Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Representative Akop?
thank you. May I know if the five are still physically present?
Can you all please stand, please? Malyonga, Garma, Mabasa, Donato, and Ramirez. They're present, Representative Akop.
Thank
I
you.
thought they were
May-
about to leave.
May I know, Mr. Chair, if the 11 other resource persons from the government of the province of Cagayan are still present also?
Obispo, Manalo, Bautista, Mandak, Reyes, Bungkad, Bagisi, Vergara, Sending, Dumapal, Arugay, and Taliping. Are they all present? Present, Representative Akop.
May I know if the provincial administrator is still present?
I think she's detained in the premises.
Oh, she has been detained already?
Yes, Representative Akop.
Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
To the 10, to the 11, please occupy the seats. Please occupy the seats with the microphone. Since during the last hearing, last Monday, the chair have committed to the DSWD to be questioned first, then KBP and Bobo Radio, but of course the KBP was not present now because the co-chair excused the KBP representative. So is the DSWD present? RD?
Mr. Chair.
So you have been ordered to last hearing. You have been ordered to submit all the documents, including the certification that indeed from the central office and to your office that indeed you never downloaded funds.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you have now the certification.
The letter will be signed by the Secretary, Your Honor.
So you don't have the letter signed by the secretary?
We have facilitated the letter yesterday, Your Honor, but according to our Assistant Secretary Arin Dumlao, still with the Secretary for signature, Your Honor.
Okay, so can you submit it this week?
Yes,
Yeah.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
it will be facilitated by the SWD Central Office, Your Honor.
Please relay the message to the secretary that he should sign the document
Yes, we will comply, Your Honor.
within the week. We still have 2 days. Okay. Now next, I will not any more belabor. RD. Ito na lang, RD. Yes or no na. Nabasa mo na yung MC nyo with regards to COVID financial assistance.
Nor MC 04 series of 2020, Your Honor.
Correct. So, what is stated in the MC with regards, particularly in the province of Cagayan?
Yes, Your Honor, particularly for Region 2, the amount that should be given to the households will be based on the minimum wage requirement, and that is 5,500, Your Honor.
5,500
Yes, Your Honor.
per
Per households, sir.
per household, walang individual.
No, Your Honor.
Walang 1,000.
Wala po, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, from March 2022 until May 11, 2022, there are other funds downloaded to the province of Cagayan?
And Your Honor.
None. Okay, again, please submit to this committee the certification that indeed wala.
We will
Thank you. Any more from the members for the DSWD Regional Director? If none,
No more, Mr. Chair.
yes.
Before we let the SWD Regional Director, I would just like to make a manifestation on the presence of the RD here and previous to that. And I commend you, ma'am, for your presence here. Of course, no, shedding light on all the queries of this committee to give light on all the questions that we are having here, Mr. Chair, considering that she is the director of the DSWD Region 2. At nandyan siya, tumutulong sa atin dito at nagbibigay ng mga maayos na katanungan, na answer sa mga katanungan natin. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman Lara. Before we proceed, let me acknowledge the presence of our Sergeant at Arms, Police Major General Napoleon C. Taas, retired. Thank you, sir, for coming. Next is Bombo Radio. Bombo Radio,
Yes, Your Honor.
have you submitted all the documents being requested by this committee during the last Monday's hearing?
Yes, Your Honor, both in hard copy and electronic copies, Your Honor.
All, lahat.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Those that were requested during the committee hearing last Monday, Your Honors.
And I presume that the members as COMSEC has given the copy of the letter or documents coming from Bombo Radio.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We have sent the electronic copies to our members.
Thank you.
To Bombo Radio, just to follow up on my previous manifestation on house cleaning with regards to the program in question. You've already been informed by KBP that the person who sits on air is not an accredited member since 2016. And you have also been informed that the Provincial Council or Sangguniang Panalawigan has not given the governor the authority to enter into a contract with your radio station. Now, my question is, what has Bombo Radio done with regards to the following revelations that were given?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Chair, Immediately yesterday, upon the confirmation of the KBP that Rogelio Sending has not been issued a KBP certification, we immediately wrote a letter to him, Your Honor, asking him to cease and desist from appearing as anchor to the program of the Provincial Government of Cagayan. And until such time, Your Honor, that he will submit the certification issued by the KBP. We already have a letter with us, Your Honor. That is duly received by Rogelio Sending, Your Honor. We can furnish a copy electronically, Your Honor, immediately today.
Has he in fact ceased and desist from going on air through that radio program?
Your Honor, Rogelio Sending, in fact, this morning at 5:45
Yes or no?
a.m.
Yes or no?
Not as an anchor, but as a guest, Your Honor.
He's still on air in the same program, but not as an anchor because of the KBP issue, but as a guest,
Yes, Your Honor.
and still taking up most of the airtime.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so isn't that a circumvention of the KBP rules that supposedly he's no longer sitting as an accredited member of the KBP, but yet he still sits as a guest and talks?
It is, Your Honor. And the network will
And what
do.
will the network do?
Yes, Your Honor. The network will do what is necessary, Your Honor.
And that is what?
We can if he will still appear, Your Honor, tomorrow, Your Honor, we can cut off him on air, Your Honor. We can write to the provincial government and inform, Your Honor, that he is no longer allowed to appear and that what he had done this early morning, Your Honor, is a circumvention of the initial directive that we have sent, Your Honor.
But the program will still continue.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Anyone else want to ask Bombo Radio? Wala, ako na. Okay. Vice Gov, during last hearing, you confirmed that indeed there's a budget for advertisement in the province of Cagayan. That is part of the annual budget.
Yes,
Tama.
Mr. Chair.
And now for the fact, annual budget, which is approved by the Sanggunian and approved by the Chief Executive, is part of that is the advertisement budget.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
How much is the budget?
I think the one lodge in the governor's office is only 4 million pesos. Then the one lodge in the CPIO, I think it's more than 3 million pesos, Your Honor.
So that's
Or
around
vice versa.
that's around
That's only 7 million.
7 million. Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Budget officer. Budget officer ng Cagayan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, please submit the approved budget with regards to a copy of the approved budget with regards to other advertisement. That is 4 million and 3 million and 4 million for the governor's office from 2016, in which Bombo Radio admitted that the program started 2016 until 2023.
Yes, Your Honor.
Submit it when? When will you submit that particular budget?
I could try submit it on Friday, Your Honor.
Friday. Okay, Friday. Please submit it on Friday. But now, as budget officer, I will ask you directly and I want to answer yes or no.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, is the statement of the Vice Governor correct?
Yes,
That
Your
the
Honor.
budget is 4 million for the office of the governor and 3 million
Yes, Your Honor.
for the PIO?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama. You confirm?
Yes.
Okay.
It was actually in the executive budget, the proposal was 9,950,000 if I exactly remember it, Your Honor. And Honorable Board reduced their fund to 4 million.
I'm not asking about the proposed budget. I'm asking about the approved budget. And the budget is part and parcel of the ordinance. Budget ordinance, tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's only 7 million.
Yes, Your Honor.
You confirm it, 4 and 3.
I'm not exactly sure, Your Honor, but I think it's around that figure.
7 million.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Please submit that particular part of the budget from 2016 to 2023.
Yeah. Sir, may I also add an explanation for that? For the 2022 advertising expenses of the
Please proceed.
The the original proposal under the executive budget was 9 million
Ang
900.
in-approve nga, kanina ka pa eh. Ang in-approve nga, 9 million ang proposal, but ang in-approve is only 4 million. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
O ano pang explain mo doon?
What I'm trying to point out, sir, is the specific item for the advertising expenses under the CPIO was also vetoed.
It was vetoed
Yes, Your Honor.
by,
By the governor.
so,
So,
wala yon. So only 4 million lang.
Your Honor, when it was vetoed, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan Board did not override it, Your Honor. It was only very late at in the year. It was almost last week of December, if I remember it right. Bali, yung nangyari po dahil reenacted budget po siya, dahil na-veto po siya at hindi na override, automatic po yung specific item na yun ay reenacted.
So reenacted to the amount of?
It was the reenacted budget actually was 8 million in the annual budget plus 2 million in the supplemental budget in 2021. Kung maalala ko po,
21,
yes,
2022.
Sa 2022 po yung pinag-uusapan natin dahil reenacted na po dahil na-veto po yung item na yun, na reenact siya. Yung reenacted technically should be the annual budget plus supplemental budget for that particular item. So ang nangyari po, hindi po siya na-override. Na-override na lang po, na-override na lang po last part or last week of December kung maalala ko po. Bali during the time nang ni-reenact po namin, nilimit po namin dahil meron ding rule na hindi pwede mag-exceed sa annual budget yung budget namin. Nilimit lang namin yung reenacted amount doon sa original na executive budget proposal. Yun po, Your Honor. Which is 9,950,000 po, Your Honor, kung maalala ko.
Tama ba, Vice, na 9 million? Please answer.
I think the budget officer has a wrong interpretation because the moment that it was vetoed by the chief executive and it was not yet overridden by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, then the program should not be used. The item should not be used. I don't know the explanation of why they used the budget because of reenactment, while in fact, he said that it was vetoed, Mr. Chair. And according to us being legislators in the province, then the more that the budget should not be used in the advertisement program. Because we don't know if the one that the budget officer is saying is about the payment of the radio of the provincial government, because it's considered as the advertisement is considered lump sum, Mr. Chair. It's not defined there that it should be used in radio, but actually just the advertisement. So that's why I don't understand the explanation of the budget officer, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, budget officer, pag reenacted yung budget, hindi kasama yung supplemental doon. Don't
Sa
count the
budget
supplemental because supplemental budget should have an ordinance that will be passed by the Sanggunian.
Yes, Your Honor, pero
Oh.
nasa local budget memoranda.
Anong local budget?
budget
All budget and appropriation should have an ordinance.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
that includes supplemental budget.
Ang rule on reenacted budget is annual budget plus supplemental budget po of the previous year. Yun po yung nasa budget operations manual po, Your Honor.
Anyway, I have to check on it,
Yes, Your Honor.
But ang total nun is 9 million.
Yung yung figure po, pero yung sa reenacted budget ang pwede po maximum is 10 million.
Palagay natin 10 million. That is, you're talking about 2022.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Bombo Radio, you have submitted all the receipts
Yes, Your Honor.
during
For
the 2022.
2022 to 2023, Your Honors.
And how much is the receipt that being paid by the provincial government to Bombo Radio in the year 2022?
To be exact, Your Honor, is for the year 2022, Your Honor, 12,817,687.50, Your Honor.
Budget officer, kahit ilusot mo yung 10 mo, na in which we have to check on it, 12 million ang natanggap ng Bombo Radio. In short, sobra. In short, yung 10 million nyo, ginamit nyo lang sa Bombo. Na yung item dyan is for advertisement, advocacy. And it's not only Bombo Radio supposedly.
Your Honor, i-check ko po yung record namin.
What will you check with your record? What record will you check? Kasi 12 million may resibo.
Yes.
Sinabit dito sa amin, kinonfirm ngayon ng Bombo Radio. You exceeded in your position, you exceeded at least 2 million. Pero debatable pa yung 10 million mo.
Yes,
Now,
Your
ang
Honor.
question is, Vice, lump yung sinasabi mo. So, that lump budget for both DPIO and in the office of the governor is for Bombo Radio only.
Yes, Mr. Chair, they use it only in Bombo Radio, the advertisement.
Ay problema kayo.
Yeah, titingnan namin, Your Honor. Check po
Anong
namin.
titingnan nyo? Budget officer, anong titingnan mo?
I-check po namin yung record namin doon sa as far as obligation po ng advertising expenses ng CPIO at saka Governor's Office po.
Okay, you check it, but submit the findings with the committee.
Your Honor, clarify ko po lang, yung hinihingi niyo pong 2016 to 2023, is it under CPIO or kasama na rin po ang Governor's Office?
Of course, kasama. Ang pinag-usapan natin dito kanina, sabi ko nga, 4 and 3 lang, sabi mo,
Yes po, Your Honor.
8. Tapos may supplemental kayo na 2.
Yes,
Binigyan na kita ng pabor, 10. Ay, pero yung resibo, 12. O, exceeded 2 million. O, yun yung explain mo. Saan ang galing yung 12 million na yun?
As of now po, Your Honor, I cannot explain it
Kaya
po.
nga,
Kasi,
okay. But please submit your explanation
Yes.
that includes the documents,
yes, Your Honor.
not later than Friday.
Opo, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yes, Kong Lara.
Clarification lang sa sa provincial budget officer and Bombo. Considering yung magnitude ng budget na kinain nito ang binabayad nyo, na wala sa appropriation. Naibid ba ito nung nag-air ang program ng provincial government sa Bombo? Wala na bang ibang istasyon sa Tuguegarao o sa Cagayan? Naibid ba ito?
Ang pagkakaalam ko po dumaan sa procurement po lahat po, Your Honor.
Itanong ko na lang din, Mr. Chair, sa COA. No? Considering 6 years na ginagawa ito ni Mamba sa Bombo, dumaan ba ito sa bidding? COA? Yung sinasabi ni Mr. Ramirez, dumaan daw sa procurement.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. It was the mode of procurement, Your Honor, was based from our records, was negotiated procurement, Your Honor.
Pwede ba ito 1 million a month ang binabayad ng Kapitolyo negotiated?
Your Honor, that's why we issued an AOM, Your Honor.
Hindi, nung 2016 pa nila ginagawa ito eh.
Your Honor, I just assumed last December 21, Your
Assume ka
Honor.
lang, anong dun sa annual audit report mo, meron ka na bang na-flag down dun na
Yes, Your
hindi
Honor.
ito bidded?
No, Your Honor, it was negotiated. No, Your
Yung
Honor, no.
negotiated, ito, auditor ka, no? Tama ba na i-negotiate ito o kailangan i-bid ito?
Your Honor, from my end, I think it is allowed considering that the nature of the services by Bogbo is maybe allowed to
Allowed,
to
ah?
AOM.
So, Mr. Chair, on record lang ito, I wish to put it on record yung sagot ni auditor kasi may tendency ito bago-bago ng sagot ito eh, no? Mahina yung ano niya, yung memorya, no?
Your
So,
Honor,
just to put it on record na yung sabi niya pwede ito na in-negotiated contract.
Your Honor,
Do you stand?
may I seek clarification, Your Honor.
Sandali, Kawa. Do you stand with the statement, by your statement, that it is allowed, negotiated 1 million?
Your Honor, we have an AOM, Your Honor, and we are asking for submission for documents.
Mr.
In
Chair.
fact, we are.
Hindi, tanong ko
Chair.
lang muna. Mr. Chairman, with the indulgence of the Chairman ako, ang ano ko lang ganito, yes or no lang eh. Di ba? Yes or no lang eh. Are you standing with your position a while ago that the 1 million payment for Bombo Radio each month can be negotiated? Taga-kuha ka.
Yes, Your Honor,
Pwede negotiated yung 1 million?
Your Honor, I just look at my our AOM, Your Honor.
We should establish your statement. Hindi ka sigurado.
Yes, Honor, because we are still getting documents from them, Your Honor.
Tanong ko lang, pwede ba o hindi? Yung
Your
1
Honor,
million negotiated.
From our initial assessment, Your Honor, we no, from our initial assessment, it is that is a correct mode, Your Honor. But give us, since it's a subject of our AOM, I hope you give us time after this hearing after they submit their comments, Honor, to decide on that, Your Honor.
I'm confused, Mr. Chair. Is it allowed or not allowed? Can you just say?
Your Honor, for now, Your Honor, from initial.
Initial. Did you or did you not conduct the audit for the year 2022?
We conducted, Your Honor.
And what was your finding then?
Your Honor, allow me to again read the finding, Your Honor.
Go
If
ahead.
you may allow.
You do not remember the finding as far as this particular contract is concerned?
Our finding, I remember, Your Honor, but
Okay, go
just to be accurate, Your
Yes,
Honor.
go ahead.
We have audited actually our AOM was for the payments from January to May, Your Honor, because we said that the radio program airtime of the provincial government is no longer reasonable considering that the PGC, Provincial Government of Cagayan, has been using other platforms in promoting peace, public order, and safety programs of the Provincial Government of Cagayan. And further, we noted that the payment was not supported with complete documentation, Your Honor. That's why we were asking for documents, and we made a follow-up, Your Honor, last July. And as of now, Your Honor, we have not yet received a copy of the reply, Your Honor. We requested for more documents because what was attached only was the disbursement voucher and the terms of reference, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's why we were asking for more documents.
Yes, but earlier, I think the questions of Chairman Akop was very clear, di ba? He was just asking you whether or not it was okay. And you said, what did you say? You said it seemed okay. Correct?
It needs not to be bidded, Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
Your Honor, that's yes, I mentioned that, but please give us until
Well, you just answered that you already conducted the audit for the year 2022 and you still don't know whether or not it's allowed or not allowed?
Your Honor, we are still in the if the documents are with us, Your Honor, all of the documents we will be. In fact, we decided
This was discussed in the previous hearing. You were
yes,
here, di ba?
yes,
You
yes,
asked about it. And
yes, Your Honor.
now you still don't have an answer for us?
Sir, yes, sir. From our assessment, Your Honor, I think for negotiated procurement, there is no threshold, Your Honor, as to the amount, Your Honor. from my
Negotiated bidding, no threshold.
from my from because this is under section items.
Gustong-gusto ito,
Allow
Mr.
me,
Chair.
Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Ganito na lang, with indulgence of Kong Lara. Ganito na lang, pag hindi ka sigurado sa sagot mo, huwag mo na lang ipilit.
Yes,
Kasi yung ang tinatanong lang naman sa iyo kung kabisado mo yung ano niyo, IRR niyo. O, tanongin na lang kita. Yon. Ano ba yung pwede na maging negotiated?
Your Honor, this is
No.
this is allowed, Your Honor, under the IRR of 9184 for media services, Your Honor.
Allowed?
Yes,
Sige,
Your Honor.
please cite. Please cite the provision that it is allowed.
This is item, allow me to read, Your Honor.
Oh,
This is item 51.6, Honor, for scientific, scholarly. This is IRR of RA 9184, Your Honor. Artistic work, exclusive technology and media services, Your Honor. So,
ano?
what they did, Your Honor, was, in fact, the papers are not complete. That's why.
Wag ka
Kasi,
okay,
okay,
tayo
that-
muna pumunta doon sa issue.
Yes, Your
Tinatanong
Honor.
kita ng mga provisions. Eh, di
number-
ba site eh?
Number one, Your Honor, the requirement is for, there's A, B, C, and D. I think it is under letter E, Your Honor,
Is that letter E?
media documentation, advertisement, or announcement through television, radio, newspaper, internet, and other communication media, Your Honor.
Oh, but it never mentioned about biddings. It never mentioned about the amount. Why? Because
Your Honor, there's no mention about the
Oh.
threshold, Your Honor, under the rules, Your Honor.
but are you familiar with your IRR? 2016 revised?
This is IRR of the 9184, Your Honor, issued by the DBM, Your Honor.
Ano,
GPPB, Your Honor, GPP issued the IRR, Your Honor.
anong taon yan?
Mr. Chair.
Sandali. Anong taon yan?
I think the latest is, if I'm right, Your Honor, 2016, Your Honor.
Oh, dito. Pareho tayo 2016.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Oh, ay check mo nga. Go ah.
I read 53.6, Your Honor,
Oh, negotiated
under alternative
procurement.
mode of procurement.
Negotiated procurement, basahin mo. Oh,
Mr. Chair, if I may, nandito po ang Regional Director ng DBM. We can ask him kung pasok ba ito sa sinasabi niya.
hindi, sandali. Before I recognize the DBM, Kowa, pag hindi ka sigurado, tapos wag mong igit. Tapos wag mo kaming paikutin.
I
Yung mga
apologize, Your
provision
Honor.
pala ng mga IRR niyo tinatanong, binabalik mo na dyan sa, pag tinanong kita, nakadaan ba to ng bidding? Hindi.
Hindi po siya bidding, Your Honor, because it is under alternative mode of procurement, Your Honor. Wala pong bidding
Kaya
po,
nga,
public
but
bidding.
before yung negotiated procurement, anong dapat gawin? You check your IRR.
Sir, with due respect, ibang mode po ito, Your Honor. This
Ibang
is,
mode?
you know what I mean, hindi po kailangan ng public bidding to resort to negotiated. So itong under the rules, Your Honor, as far as I understand, this is diretso na pong negotiated procurement, Your Honor, for this.
Para sa media? Para lang sa advertisement?
Yes, but there are requirements, Your Honor, under the IRR that are in place for.
Hindi, balik ka kita mamaya.
Yes, Your Honor.
DBM, please.
Before DBM answers. Koa, you found nothing wrong with it?
I found, Your Honor, that's why we issued a.
You found what?
We found, Your Honor, that that's why we recommended for.
What?
I found that it's too the cost is too much, Your Honor. That's why we are telling them to use other platforms, Your
Out of
Honor.
the cost that is too much. Did you not find out that they were paying 12 million when supposedly they only had a budget of 10?
Your Honor, that is included in our working papers. That's why we are requesting for.
Working papers, meaning you still haven't found
Your Honor, there are some lacking documents, or that's why we are requesting for more.
working.
Allow me to read, Your Honor.
Is it a lot?
Yes, Your Honor, so that we can fully appreciate the transaction, Your
But-
Honor.
Heard the budget officer say that it was just 10 million. You already heard Bombo Radio say that they got paid 12 million and they have receipts for that. There's nothing wrong with that?
From what he said, Your Honor, there is, Your Honor, there is from the statements of the budget officer. We are just
You never saw that before? You only found
We-
out about it during the hearing?
we saw, that's why we flagged that we reported this one, Your Honor, and we are just waiting for the submission. We just prioritize, Your Honor, the issuance of the NDs for this the subject matter of the hearing, Your Honor. But we have a finding for that, Your
Okay,
Honor.
anyway, I would just like to recognize or acknowledge the presence of our member, Representative Ann Matibag, the Vice Chairperson of the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms. Thank you for coming.
DBM,
Mr. Chair.
please identify yourself. Then please answer the query of Congressman Lara. Please proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I'm Francis Bautista, the Acting Assistant Regional Director of DBM Maro 2. Sir, on the issue pertaining to negotiated procurement, there are conditions when this shall be resorted, or there must be reasons for agencies or LGUs for that matter to use this mode of procurement. And among these instances are when there are after two failed biddings, in case of imminent danger to life or property, takeover of contracts for terminated contracts, and where the contract is adjacent or contiguous. And lastly, I think that's the last condition, or the last is subject to the guidelines is to be specified by the GPPP, Mr. Chair.
Kuya, narinig mo na
Mr. Chair.
from the DBM before I recognize Chairman Akop. Narinig mo na.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Please proceed, Chairman Akop. Thank you, DBM.
I'm disturbed by the answers of the COA director. This is supposed to be their baby. May I ask COA, what is the general rule in procurement pursuant to Republic Act 9184?
Your Honor, should be competitive bidding, Your Honor.
Yes, and there's supposed to be a bidding,
Yes, Your Honor.
but the law provides exceptions. You know that,
Yes, Your Honor.
di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pwedeng mag-negotiated bidding, negotiated contract.
Yes, yes, Your
Pwede.
Honor. Yes, Your
Meron
Honor.
ding emergency purchase contract. Hindi mo
Yes,
alam.
yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Binabasa mo yung IRR mo kanina, yung batas nga sinasabi ko. Kasi kung minsan, merong provision dun sa IRR na wala sa essence ng provisions ng law. And these are known as ultra vires provisions of the law. Baka hindi mo alam yun. Kaya lang, nagtataka ako, bakit hindi mo alam ito? So, dapat alam na alam mo dun sa without reading anything. Kasi ito ang trabaho ninyo Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, it's the general rule na dapat bidding should be conducted. Ang tanong lang ni Congressman Lara kanina, very simple Di ba? Bakit negotiated contract ang nangyari? Hindi yung regular na nagkaroon ng bidding. Yun lang naman Sinabi mo sana, yun ang ginawa ng Province of Cagayan. Ang susunod na tanong sa'yo, tama ba yun? Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Tama ba yung ginawa ng Province of Cagayan na magkaroon ng negotiated contract? Insofar as their advertisement funds are concerned. Yun lang naman ang basis ng tanong Tama ba yung ginawa ng Cagayan? Huwag mo nang sabihin, nagbigay ka ng AOM. You should know it by heart kung tama yung ginawa nila. Ano? Tama ba?
Your
Would
Honor,
would it have been a subject of a negotiated contract? Yun lang, basic.
please give me time. I just read, Your Honor, for a few minutes. Your Honor, yes, Your Honor, it can be the subject, but
Ano, what provision of law that it can be that?
I think 53 point, it's under 53.6 of the IRR, Your Honor.
Could you please read that provision?
Annex H, Your Honor, of 2016 IRR, Your Honor. Now, under Section 53, Your Honor, there are several modes of a negotiated procurement, Your Honor. Under, I will read it, Your Honor.
Muna sa akin yung basis kung bakit pwede yung negotiated contract. Kasi exception yan eh. Ang general rule nga, lahat ng kwan, magkaroon ng bidding.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, exception dito. Now, you cite to me why it is allowed na nagkaroon ng negotiated contract sa advertisement fund ng Cagayan.
Yes, Your Honor. I will read it, Your Honor, if you will allow me.
Basahin mo eh.
Yes, Section
Cite ka ng cite, pero hindi mo naman mabasa.
Section 53, negotiated procurement. Negotiated procurement is a method of procurement of goods, infrastructure, projects, and consulting services whereby the procuring entity directly negotiates a contract with a technically, legally, and financially capable supplier, contractor, or consultant in any of the following cases, Your Honor. So one of the cases, Your Honor, is Section 53.6, which deals on scientific, scholarly, or artistic work, exclusive technology, and media services. So where goods, infrastructure projects, and consulting services can be contracted to a particular supplier, contractor, consultant, and as determined by the head of the procuring entity for any of the following. So number one, the requirement is for, then under letter E, Your Honor, media documentation, advertisement, or announcement through television, radio, newspaper, internet, and other communication media, Your Honor.
So, it is your decision, Mr. Auditor, na it is an exception to the general rule.
Yes, Your Honor.
Na dapat itong mga ito, kung advertisement sa media, it should be a negotiated contract.
Yes, Your Honor,
Hindi
maybe.
subjected to bidding.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does the DBM agree?
DBM.
Mr. Chair, I think the determination on what mode of procurement should be on the part of the agencies concerned and not for the Commission on Audit, Mr. Chair. Also, the default method in procurement is public bidding. They could only resort to alternative methods of procurement when the NG agencies and LGUs would determine that such conditions on the alternative modes of procurement as provided under the IRR merits its consideration, Mr. Chair.
Naintindihan mo yung sinabi ng DBM?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, you would still stick to your stand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, ito. Mr. Chair, I rest my case.
So, anyway, DBM, tsaka kuha, magkaiba yung opinion nyo.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Kong Lara.
considering the director of DBM is from our place, can we ask him dun sa binasa ni Auditor Reyes na exclusive yung exemption. So yung exclusive pa na sinasabi mo, nag-iisa lang ang Bombo Radio na radio station sa Tugigaraw. Please enlighten me kung ano yung bakit mo na desisyon na tama ang ano dyan.
Your Honor, you mean I mentioned about exclusive?
Nasa mo. Meron dyan. Basahin mo kasi.
Your-
Ikaw nagbabasa ka, hindi mo
Your-
nasa ulo.
Your Honor,
Basahin mo kasi mabuti tapos isa ulo mo.
Your Honor, in the case of the Bombo radio contract, Your Honor, um, um, uh, that there was they conducted market study based on the document presented to us, Your Honor, and under the requirements of 2016,
So
Your
how
Honor.
do you know that, Mr. Chair? Mukhang it
Hindi.
seems, eto nga, no? Ano yan? Mayroon ka bang hawak
Yes,
na papel?
they submitted to us, Your Honor, based initial compliance, Your Honor. They submitted to us because we requested them to submit the market study, Your Honor. We also have with us the terms of reference, Your Honor. So in support of their decision to resort to this mode of procurement, Your Honor. But while they submitted to us the market study, there are still documents which are not submitted,
So
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Chair, tanong ko lang dito sa auditor. Again, ulitin ko lang, doon nasabi mo na, yan yung mga study na sinasabi mo na kinoconduct nila. Does that merit na i-negotiate mo itong procurement nila? Does that merit it? Dahil considering ako, taga Tugigaraw ako, from the 3rd District, where all the radio stations are located, I know for a fact that there are many radio stations. Yes, hindi lang Bombo Radio ang nandun na Mr. Chair. No? May government pa, may PIA kami. No? Na walang bayad naman yan. No? So ito, kaya ko nga binanggit Mr. Chair kanina na nandito yung regional director ng DBM, considering alam ni Director Bautista yung sitwasyon namin sa Cagayan na may mga radio station, no, na iba. Equally capable, no? Equally capable, no? Nandyan yung GMA, nandyan din kami. Meron din kami mga ano diyan. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Kong Lara.
May I respond, Your Honor?
Yes, this is one.
Tama po naman si Congressman Lara po, marami pong radio stations. And that's why we flag it down, Your Honor. Kasi nga po, meron kaming nakikitang hindi maganda, Your Honor.
Iyan ang
Dun sa-
problema sa iyo,
dun sa-
COA. Kanina kasi you keep on insisting. Well, in fact, yung sinabi nga ng DBM, tinanong ka ni Chairman Acop kung yes pa rin ang sagot mo dun sa posisyon mo kanina eh. Ang tinatanong yung provision ng IRR nyo. In-explain na ni DBM kanina. Tinanong ka ni Chairman Acop, sagot mo yes ka pa rin sa posisyon mo. Ang pinag-usapan natin dito kung tama ba o hindi. Yun na yung pinag-usapan natin dito. Tama ba o hindi? Yun lang ang tanong sa iyo.
Your Honor, may respond, Your Honor.
Oh,
Doon po sa negotiated, yung binasa ko, mukhang pasok po siya, Your Honor. But
hindi ka.
may mga ibang
Eto ka na naman.
may mga ibang bagay po, Your Honor, na
Paligid
hindi siya dapat po na kasi napaka
Ito tanong, pwede pa pasok ba o hindi?
Your Honor, based from what I've read, Your Honor,
Pasok?
yes, Your Honor, it can be, Your Honor.
Ay nako.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir,
But-
Chairman Acop.
But we will be
Ano will be? Tinatanong lang kita, pasok. Sabi mo, pasok? O pag hindi pasok, anong gawin mo? Magre-resign ka bukas?
Your Honor, I can still read again, Your Honor. Anyway, I have not issued
Wag mo
a final
kung
action on
siguro,
that, Your Honor.
sinabi ko na kanina eh.
Yes, Your Honor. I apologize for that, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair,
Please proceed, Chairman Acop.
did he write na flinag down mo?
Yes, Your Honor. We have an
And what
AOM.
is the basis of flagging it down?
Your Honor, because at first we saw it that the amount is big, Your Honor.
And it's because of that you flag it down.
That is one of the reasons, Your Honor.
And you admitted that you know that there are many broadcast stations in the province of Cagayan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi ba ang sabi sa inyo, doon sa IRR na yan, pwede lang kayong mag-negotiated contract kung nag-iisa yung broadcast station there because walang magpa-participate sa public bidding. Common sense lang, Mr. Auditor. Common sense lang. Di ba? Halimbawa, maraming supplier, di ba sa isang bagay. Pwede bang negotiated contract ka sa isang supplier samantalang maraming supplier? Hindi, di ba? 9184 prevents that or does not allow that. Tama?
I agree, Your Honor.
Yes. O dito, let's go to the media advertisement. Maraming broadcast stations doon. Eh bakit nakasentro lang sa Bombo Radio? And that is what 9184 does not allow and would want to prevent. Pero hindi mo nakikita yun na diferensya dahil iba yung interpretation mo doon sa IRR. Kaya nga sinabi ko sa iyo, the general rule is dapat magkaroon ng public bidding. Di ba?
I agree.
Doon ko umpisan yung tanong ko eh.
I agree, Your
Pero
Honor.
you refuse to understand.
I agree, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, may I just say something?
Kasi sa susunod, I will cite you for, I will move to cite you in contempt for ignorance of the law.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Oh, you have something to say?
Yes, Honor.
Just as short.
That's why we requested for this, Your Honor, everything, and from the documents, Honor, we will decide, Your Honor, and we will issue accordingly the final audit action, Your Honor.
When did you request it? Sorry, Mr. Chair.
We requested it in, I think this was issued in February, Your Honor, and we requested again for we followed it up, I think last month, Your Honor, July, for the submission of the documents, Your Honor.
Anyway, ayun yung problema kasi 6 months, di ba? Yung kuha, nyo. Pero hindi pa tayo tapos dyan. Babalikan ko pa yung fraud na request niya at saka yung decision niyo doon sa regular audit. But anyway, Bombo Radio, yung contract nyo is 1 million per month. 1 million point something per month.
On the average, Your Honor, yes.
Yeah, okay. 2023, it is now August.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the province of Cagayan paying you every month for 1 million?
Your Honor, up to, we have 3 payments already that we received, Your Honor. On the average, Your Honor, 1 million. The payment we received on February 6, 2023, Your Honor, was 1,015,031.25. On May 18, Your Honor, 1,879,687.50. And the last payment that we received, Your Honor, is July 7, Your Honor, 1,015,031.25, Your Honor.
The 3 payments cover for what month?
January, February, and March, Your
So 3
Honor.
months.
3 months,
So
Your Honor.
nadidelay yung payment nila.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So expectedly, dapat 8 months na, dapat they will pay you
Yes, Your
8 million. That's
On the
tama.
average, Your Honor,
On the
yes.
average.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
we'd like to ask Ms. Gina Garma, the provincial accountant. Are you here? Yes. Now, did you authorize the payment to Bombo Radio?
My role there, Your Honor, is to have it the allotment obligated and supporting documents are complete.
And you certified that the supporting documents were complete.
As far as I do not know, Your Honor, if that was one of the documents that I approved.
So would payment be made if you did not approve it?
I have an assistant who also approves, Your Honor.
So ano,
So
tuturuan kayo nito?
I cannot recall if that is one among those that I signed.
Okay, because my question is, if you have to determine that it is legal and proper,
Yes.
wouldn't it be a red flag
to be paying Bombo Radio more than what is actually appropriated for?
Sir, it is the requesting department who certifies if it is legal or valid.
And who is the requesting department in this case?
If the CPIO, Your Honor.
CPIO.
So lahat CPIO? Lahat provincial accountant,
Pag
lahat?
yung charges is CPIO, Your Honor, it is CPIO. If the charges is governor's office, it is also under the governor's office.
Okay, so the certification issued by CPIO was that it was legal and it was funded. Is that correct?
Let me check my records, Your Honor.
And that it is on this certification that you rely on that would justify you to allow the issuance of the payments to Bombo Radio. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair.
Before you, before recognize Kong Lara, it's now 1:20 in the afternoon, and at 1:30 there will be another hearing in this room. So please be guided with that time. Please proceed.
Mr. Chair, considering na kulang na tayo sa oras na naman ito, no, gusto ko lang i-reiterate yung mga request na lang natin because I will reserve my questioning. When it comes to dun sa 9184 na sinasabi ni COA Auditor kanina, yung una kasing premise dun is limited dun sa tatlo na ipoprocure supposedly, no? Siguro naman sasang-ayon sa akin ang DBM dito at binanggit niya kanina ito when it comes only to contracts, no, procurement of goods, infra, and consulting services. Yung sinasite ni auditor na naman na pag sa bombo, does it fall dito sa tatlo, goods, infra, and consulting services? So yun yung unang ko. But again, Mr. Chair, no, kung kahit na na to, i-kwan ko na lang, i-reiterate ko lang yung manifestation ng committee last previous hearings. Yung list of beneficiaries na nakukuha ng 1,000. It's sa COA at saka sa COMELEC. And of course, nandito ang COMELEC, Mr. Chair, baka hindi din naman nila masagot ang status ng mga tinanong natin. We might as well request, no, if not, sa PWINA, the chairman, no, na siya mag-attend dito para hindi na ipasa yung tanong pa natin, no, considering na we have the limited time and we are entering the budget season na. So once and for all, patawag natin kung hindi nila masasagot ngayon yung previous na tanong natin, what is the status? Okay.
Anyway, we don't have the luxury of time. I will just ask the director. In the next hearing, can you answer now or update us with regards to the queries that was raised during the previous hearings? Next hearing, can you answer na?
Yes, Your Honors.
Okay. Reserve mo. You have, sorry. Comelec. Sorry. So, dapat may update na siya. May sagot na siya. And he committed na to have. So he will just present it on the next hearing. On the next hearing. Kasi 7 minutes to go na lang tayo. Baka matagalan tayo dyan. Anyway, so Bombo Radio, though medyo malinaw na, but still there's a pending issue with regards to Bombo Radio in relation to the COA report. And you have already submitted all the documents being requested. Now, I'd just like again to reiterate that the Sinding has no accreditation and you have ordered him to stop. No, and as this morning, as you have reported, he circumvented the order coming from your office. So I hope you have to make steps that in relation to the request of this committee with regards to the program of the provincial government.
Yes, Your Honor. We undertake to do everything in order to comply with the committee, Your Honor. We will just have to check also the legalities of the actions that we will undertake, Your Honor.
Again, of course, we understand. No, we understand that you are also constrained with the legal issues. No, Now, but since the KBP is not around, can you remember the deliberation last Monday that the KBP should study it and order you to temporarily suspend that program. So until now, you don't have the order coming from the KBP?
None, Your Honor, but we undertake, once we receive the order from proper authorities, Your Honor, we will immediately comply.
Thank you. That's a commitment. But in the next hearing, you should be present. Hindi pa tayo tapos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Corporation. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
on
Roland.
record lang sa Bombo na there was no bidding na nangyari nung sinalihan nyo para ma-award sa inyo yung contract, right?
No bidding, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
thank you. And of course, Mr. Chair, kunin ko ng pagkakataong ito no na nandito ang budget at saka accounting na i-submit immediately yung mga ginastos ng provincial government from 2016 up to now na ibinayad sa Bombo Radyo na ito, uulitin ko lang, nandito si Vice, sinabi niya walang approved ordinance ito or appropriations to that effect. So again, I will remind the COA auditor dito sa statement na nangyayari dito, pronouncement. Of course, on other note, Mr. Chair, I would just like to take the opportunity na nandito ang land bank, Mr. Chair. No? Kasi hindi pa natin sila natatanong, ngayon sabihin na nila kung pwede nilang isubmit din ang lahat ng withdrawal sa lahat ng accounts ng provincial government on all land bank branches from January 1 up to the present para makita natin kung paano ang naging movement ng mga account diyan. And of course, this is not limited only, Mr. Chair, sa land bank kasi ang DBP is one of the depository banks also of the provincial government. So, if I may ask the accountant or yung treasurer kung sino, Mr. Chair, ang mga depository banks nila other than the DBP and land bank.
Are you asking the land bank to answer your question?
No, the treasurer or the accountant, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
before the provincial accountant answers, please submit the documents with regards to provincial accountant. You're not listening. You're talking to your provincial treasurer. Tapos pag hindi nyo na-submit, please submit the documents with regards to the payments being made with Bombo Radio
Yes, I took note of that already, Your Honor.
and the budget of the provincial office of the provincial governor and the PIO with regards to the MOA with Bombo Radio. Okay? Please submit it not later than Friday. Mabilis sila naman yan. Yun din yung sa budget officer.
And Mr. Chair, if possible, land bank will submit also all the requested.
Now present.
Baka kasi magsasite na naman sila, Mr. Chair.
We will
No?
ask land bank. Land bank, you have a reply letter to this, to the chairman, to the committee, to the chairman. What's the update now of that reply letter of yours?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Last night, late last night, we received the opinion of the Office of the Government Corporate Council, the Bank's Statutory Council, and their opinion is that the LGU power must be jointly exercised by the concerned local chief executive and the Sanggunian, because of the local chief executive cannot enter into contracts without the proper authorization from the Sanggunian. So it shall be jointly, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Chairman Akop.
did I hear you right? Na bago may disclose yung status ng pondo ng isang government agency or for example, the Province of Cagayan, kailangan mag-concur yung sangguniang panlalawigan at saka yung local executive? Did I hear you right, madam?
Yes, Your Honor, that's the opinion of the OGCC.
So, in this case, pumayag yung sangguniang panlalawigan through a resolution na buksan kasi yun ang exception sa bank secrecy law eh. Di ba?
Yes, Your
If the depository consents. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. So, kung hindi umayag yung sanggunian, saka yung governor pumapayag, hindi rin pwede i-disclose ninyo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Eh paano nga ngayon dito kung magkaaway yung sanggunian at saka yung local chief executive? Ano po ang ruling ninyo?
We will abide with the 1405, Your Honor, the bank secrecy law.
Now, may I ask the bank, sino ba talaga ang depositor?
The provincial government, Your Honor.
And when you say the provincial government, anong entity yun? Anong personality?
According to the it's like an entity or a corporation, Your Honor.
Oh, could you please write your counsel, pakitanong sa kanya who is the depositor in terms of public bank accounts?
It's the province, Your Honor.
Oh, yung sagot mo
But
ano yung probinsya?
the province of Cagayan, but we have to secure the Sangguniang Bayan resolution authorizing the governor to, as the signatory of the account, to allow us to divulge information on the transactions of the province.
Nag-object yung governor in the case of Cagayan, tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
What does the law require when the local executive would refuse? Because according to him, it is an ultra vires act. Tama, yun ang nangyari.
Yes, Your Honor. So
Yes. Now, may I ask, ano pa yung requirement na isa para makumpleto yung at maging valid yung action ng governor?
the Sangguniang resolution, Your Honor.
Meron na nga eh.
But it must be jointly
Yes,
signed.
pero yung objection ng governor, because according to the law, it must be an ultra vires act. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero kailangan i-explain ni governor bakit. Did he submit that?
He just mentioned that it's the ultra vires act, Your Honor, of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
Tanungin mo rin yung council ninyo. Ano po iyan? Ha? Ano pa ang kailangan? Kasi kailangan sabihin ng ating governor bakit sinasabi niya na ultra vires. He must explain. Yun ang requirement ng batas eh.
Right now, what we will do is we will write again the Sanggunian and then require them to request for the approval of the governor.
Next to impossible nga yung request mo, ma'am, nasulat.
Oh, jeez. Because that's the
Alam mo na yung may problema eh. May resolution na ngayong sangguniang panglalawigan.
Mr. Chair, we will just ask again OGCC what will be their instruction.
Yes,
Yun.
yun ang sinasabi ko. Tanungin mo.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yung itatanong mo, sabi nga ni Chairman Acop, yung question of the ultra vires. Tatanungin si Gob kung ano yung basis niya.
Okay.
Di ba kasi nabasa ko yung letter ni Gob sa inyo. Tapos sinight mo dito sa letter mo, quoting Governor Mamba dun sa ultra vires, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Balik ka mo OGCC.
Yes, Your Honor.
Para hindi na tayo umabot ng OGCC, patawag din namin dito.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Yan po ang isang rason no, na nag-file ako ng House Resolution na mag-fraud audit para maiwasan yung mga nagtuturuan ng ganito eh. Ngayon, gusto ko lang i-correct yung sinasabi ni Auditor Eric Reyes na nag-request siya ng special audit nung last hearing natin. Sinabi niya, nandito po yung request niya. Nag-recommend lang siya ng further investigation to be conducted.
With
This is
indulgence
totally,
of, Kong Lara, anyway, the chair has ruled already kanina na hindi pa tayo tapos diyan sa fraud audit na yan kasi may mga ano doon balikan natin yung chronology.
Thank you. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, matagal-tagal pa yan. Anyway, since the COMSEC now of the suffrage, I think the chairman also that will preside in the next meeting is already in the vicinity of this room.
Mr.
So-
Mr. Chair, if I may lang, no? Can I also ask the permission of the committee to also request the presence of the Assistant Commissioner for Local Government here, Roland Ray, to shed light on why the fraud audit was.
Roland.
Yeah, Roland Ray. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The COMSEC is directed to invite in the next hearing Assistant Commissioner Ronald Ray. Ronald Ray.
Noted, Mr.
Thank you. Anyway, sa lahat-lahat, pasensya na po kayo. Kulang tayo sa oras. Tumagal tayo dun sa mga explanation ng mga nasyokos. But again, let me remind everyone, you are invited once again in the next hearing. The tentative date will be on August 23. Tingnan nyo naman, budget season na. Hindi na kami makaparticipate sa plenary dahil sa investigation na to. Anyway, tentative is August 23. And just to remind all the resource person that they should submit all the documents being requested today. And those documents hindi nyo pa na-submit. COA, yung list of beneficiaries para pati yung COMELEC, list of beneficiaries, dapat i-submit na yan before the next hearing.
Chair, we have already submitted the list, Your Honor. We have already submitted.
COMELEC meron na rin. COMELEC and COA meron na daw. Anyway, in the next hearing, the SWD, i-submit nyo lang yung documents unless may mga tanong dun sa documents ipapadala saka na kayo namin ipapatawag or in written explanation na lang. Next hearing, your excuse na.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, yes, Chairman.
Pwede bang masabihan lang itong kwan? Itong mga employees ng Provincial Government of Cagayan that they should read Section 342 of ano ng batas to? Yung liability nila for acts done upon direction of superior officer or upon participation of other department heads or officers of equivalent rank. Na hindi porket inutusan sila ng provincial governor na gawin isang bagay, they will be free from liability. They are still liable. Para alam nila, mag-guide sila dun sa kanilang mga decision at sa pagsagot dito sa ating katanungan dito sa committee na ito.
At saka, just a rejoinder to this statement made by Chairman Akop, hindi lang yan administrative liability, pati criminal. But in fact, si Chairman Akop may pinakulong na. Akala nila tapos na sila doon sa administrative.
Hindi
Mga police pa yon. It's not all about administrative. Kaya nga ang sabi ko, kahit section grade 4 ka, kalusot ka doon sa 15 million mo, binalik mo, nirefund mo 75%, may milyones ka na isubi, may criminal pa rin, habulin ka pa rin. Anyway, that's all for now. Any motion?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move for the suspension of the hearing.
There's a motion to suspend. Duly seconded. Any objections? The chair says none. The motion is carried for on behalf of the Committee on Public Accounts.
On the part of the Committee on Suffrage, the same is approved.
Ikaw pa rin, Board?
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Loving Father, gathered here today, we seek your guidance and blessings as our committee aspire to amend auditing and election law.